They showed promise at the TI-8 qualifiers, but after a summer to reflect on missed opportunities, they're finally showing why this iconic org has placed all their faith in them. Coached by TI3 winner Loda, this new generation finished third in the EU regionals and are desperate to leave their mark on the major. Out of the shadows and into the light, and making their debut on the DPC. Give it up for Alliance! They set fire to low expectations by exploding back onto the DPC in the second half of last season, making it all the way to the TI-8 Grand Finals in Vancouver. Rest is for the weak, and they unleashed their wrath on the Chinese regionals to arrive in Kuala Lumpur as China's biggest threat. Introducing PSG LGD.
Welcome back to the Kuala Lumpur Major. We have let Red Eye enjoy the rest of his day, the rest of his birthday actually, and he can eat a cake actually. He got a nice cake, and I'll be joining you for the rest of the afternoon. And I am also joined by three lovely people. We are gonna have a lot of fun for two reasons. One, we have an awesome semi of quarterfinals in the upper bracket coming our way. That's gonna be up first. And two, we're going to send two teams home, which sounds very negative.
So mean.
But it is actually, I feel like there's always something extra at stake, and it's best of ones. Trent, BSJ, Bulldog, welcome. Trent, I mean, you got to love sending people home. It's just, there's just something extra about it.
I don't know what it is. I guess it's the punishment. It's like knowing that everything's on the line. It's supposed to be the most intense of the tense games.
I feel like that's the beauty of Dota. Is it's not necessarily. It's a game that causes a lot of misery sometimes when you're in pubs or when you're just playing yourself.
You've had a lot of experience.
Yes, especially when you lose in the tournament setting. And I feel like it's just sad to say, but it's beautiful to watch the misery that comes with losing in Dota amongst others, and like the emotions that come with it, and like leading up to it, how much is on the line for these teams. It just makes. That's like part of like why I love Dota.
The whole point when you play Dota, Bulldog, is to annoy the other team as much as possible, right?
Yeah, definitely, and especially now that it's best of one, that's the scariest part. Because best of three, sure, you can have like some pocket strat or something like that, but best of one, if you only pull it out and you fail with it, like it's hard to know if like do you want to play your own safe strats that you usually do, or do you pull out some cheesy stuff and then lose miserably? You know, so it's always tough.
It is tough. We're going to have that later on. We have one best of three coming your way still in the upper bracket. We can take a quick look at the bracket. We already had one of the upper bracket matches for today and for tomorrow. We're going to have two upper bracket, two lower bracket matches. And the first one was a quick 2-0 of Secret versus VG Gaming. To be honest, I was not expecting it to be that one-sided. They looked on especially that first game, looked on a just completely different level.
Yeah, they really did. And game two, honestly, that looked like VG should have been able to close that one out, but Secret just kept on fighting them, kept on kind of moving them around the map. It looked like the better team, just always outmaneuvering them.
Yeah, but it's what happens. Like every time you go late game against the Venomancer, I bring it up every time you lose. It doesn't matter what heroes you have, you lose against the Venomancer almost every time.
And then our best of three that we're going to follow. I know, Bulldog, you're a big advocate of Alliance. They're going to go up against PSG LGD, which their group stage matches, they were just not even cats playing with their food. They were just tigers playing with their food, lions playing with their food, because they actually beat tigers.
They were the real tiger. I see what you did there.
Yeah, I kind of mismatched that, but you get my point. It was very.
I just looked at LGD games just before this, and I'm a little bit worried because the way they play is just like they play super perfect and solid. And some people were arguing like, are they gonna show up in this tournament or not? And they clearly do. Their lineups are like super well-rounded. They have like the the team fight, the push, and pick off and everything. So this will be a pretty rough matchup for Alliance. I'm a little bit worried because Alliance sometimes, like, they have a lot of promise, but they just make some dumb plays too often sometimes. And if they do it against LGD, they're going to lose.
I was going to say that you just don't get anything for free against these caliber teams like LGD, and I basically think to myself, I see a lot of promising things with Alliance. I see a lot of like unique, like the ridiculous ganks mid, like 6 minutes, 7 minutes into the game, stuff that like separates them from other teams. But the inconsistency is what concerns me, and I feel like if they don't bring their absolute A game, if LGD pulls ahead, they're not coming back.
They've been kind of like surprisingly open about some of those struggles too. I seen Sania just saying things like, "Yeah, I kind of botched that last draft there, guys, but you know, we managed to pull it out." So,
yeah, I mean, they try a bunch of weird stuff, and I admire that in a team that's willing to really have their own identity. And I just think it comes down to against LGD that they have to play their strategies to perfection. Like, they're just not going to win otherwise.
Yeah, both teams have not changed since TI. Big difference, though. One team with the same roster made it second place at TI. Very impressive for PSG LGD. And the other team with the same roster didn't actually make it to TI to begin with. But both teams also have a player that have kind of like a semi-similar story, as in they were fairly new and they were like the hot players of the team. We definitely saw Boxy in action yesterday, and we saw Xnova in action at TI, and here listed is their pedigree. Would you say these players are a little bit comparable in terms of the journey they've taken, Trent?
Similar. I think Xnova is just someone who I've been able to watch for a while, like in the C region before he made, like, he definitely got that big leap, right, when he got to come and start playing in
Tournament
China.
earnings are definitely quite a difference as well.
That's a slightly different caliber on that one.
Yeah.
Isn't that all TI?
That's actually for Xnova. That is probably the case.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Thompson, like his 4,000, and then he won TI. So I mean, that's just the nature of Dota too. Is it's just one tournament sometimes that can define your prize winnings, and like that doesn't make Boxy like a different echelon belower than him. Like he just happened to be on TI team ahead of time on LGD. It's like I'm not taking anything away from Xnova.
He just happened to win a bunch of games on the biggest stage of Dota too.
I mean, that like
he didn't do anything.
No, I'm saying like 4 months ago their earnings were like the exact same.
Yes.
So like it's not that much that separates you. It's like one big tournament, and these players are all capable. So I'm not trying to take it. Like obviously it's not. Just go win TI or just go get second place.
Yeah. Do you want to shovel for that hole, or are you good?
Right? Yeah, it's going deeper as we speak. So I think I'm just gonna hand it off after that one. Thanks, Trent, for
no problem.
Yeah. Oh, you just win TI. I mean, Bulldog went and did it. How hard can it be?
Yeah, really
it's not that hard.
Seriously.
Yeah. Again, bringing up Boxy being really high rank. They still have like super high caliber players on Alliance. Like Mickey has showed up quite a lot.
Yeah.
Recently, becoming more and more confident. He's only like rank 100 though. So rank 100 still Mickey is kind of more impressive. Honestly, I think, even though his Earthshaker and Boxy has been really good. And but yeah, does MMR matter? Some people say it do. Like if you have a high MMR or a high rank, you get invited to OG win TI.
True.
And some people say
that
MMR
DY
is just
guy,
a number.
DY on Vici is 38 in China. That shocked me when I saw that. I thought, whew, guys having a rough go over on that team, I gotta say. But sometimes that's what gets the attention. So, either way, they've gone for some of these bans already in our draft. The Alliance Brood, Bulldog, it's not there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They played a lot, but Alliance have shown that they do play quite a lot of other strategies. So I don't think they feel that worried. LG just taking out their comfort pick, no problem.
Well, that means they get axed because they banned the Brood. So I think that's a benefit of having these ridiculous, or like not ridiculous, but these like nobody else.
They're like game defining.
Yeah, game defining type heroes in your draft. So it allows, since they were forced to ban the Brood, or like they chose to ban the Brood, now you get these meta heroes like Axe.
And Axe obviously super strong. LG has shown that they really like Phoenix as well. Pretty good laner and super good team fight, which every time I've seen their draft, they just have super strong team fight, which is pretty scary.
So the games that LGD played on 2 days ago on their group stage days, I found that their offlane and support, they like to go for 2 tanky heroes. Normally, you got one of the axes in the draft, and LGD has been drafting X Centaur, X Magnus.
Yep.
Very like secret-esque kind of, like the way they were playing their games.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the two. I feel like they have like this, maybe a little bit new idea about how this patch can be even better.
Yeah. It seems really easy the way they play as well. You have these 2 tanky heroes. Centaur, they played as a support as well, though.
Yes.
But they also pick up Dragon Knight, which is like, I'm surprised we don't see this hero more because it's like super well-rounded in every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And then you just have this one hard carry like Morphling or Terrorblade sitting from back, just dishing out the damage. So yeah, it's some good Dota.
It is. It is.
It's easy to play.
It is. You can't die.
Yeah.
How can you lose if you don't die?
How can you lose if you don't die? It
We
seems
finally
like such
figured
a
it
simple
out.
strat.
That's what I've been missing this whole
That-
time?
yeah.
Aha!
Wow. I just need to play more Centaur.
Yeah. No, but seriously, they've been playing it a lot, and as Bulldog says, DK as well, also one of those tanky frontliners, and it's been working out. And yeah, all these 3 heroes still in the pool, not banned out. Weaver, Phoenix, and Terrorblade. We've seen a lot of them already.
Have we ever? A TB guy. I don't know. Seems okay. Not gonna happen now though. This has been a hero popping off lately, especially for Alliance games. I feel like he's been either on Alliance's team or he ends up getting picked by their opponents in a lot of the matches that we've been casting for them. Seems to be rising in ranks during this tournament.
Yeah, this here it's just a hero Alliance love. I'm a little bit worried about picking it second though, because it feels like there's quite a lot of counters in lane. Like you want a good lane with Monkey King. I think the only reason to pick it is because they see the Centaur as well.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good matchup.
They play it on, I don't know if Koikfa plays it, but they definitely play it on the other two.
Yeah, Mickey and Boxy both play it, which is pretty good.
I feel like the odds are they'll make it Centaur 4 like they did yesterday. Or was it 2 days ago?
2 days ago. Yeah.
That be just because you want, like you said, a good lane matchup against the Monkey King. And I don't think it's bad to have a Centaur 4. You just pick like some ranged hero to go as a core in the lane. I'm even scared of something like Phoenix. I know they love playing it on LGD, and also it's really good against the Monkey King at all stages of the game.
Can buy Yules too versus Axe.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind like a 4 Centaur, 3 Phoenix type thing.
I like this double global duo here, the Stampede and the Silence. Obviously, like cooldowns to play around and stuff, but you can kind of bail out people from like they already have heavy pickoff being shown with like an Axe and a Monkey King, and already you can be like, okay, well even if we're not there and you're trying to get pickoffs, maybe I can save my carry just based off of these 2 skills.
And hopefully, if we're lucky, they will ban out. The Morphling is banned, so maybe Terrorblade and Peel as well.
Please.
Show us some new heroes.
Oh, there's Terrorblade.
Terrorblade. Peel is still in it though.
Monkey King's pretty good against Peel. So I think like if they give it to him, they're okay with them having it. Is why they banned those 2.
Maybe they want to pick it up themselves.
Oh, the Monkey King PL strat. I could see it actually. People have been putting Monkey King mid.
Yeah, they. I think Alliance has run it both ways as well.
Yeah, it's just the way Alliance played. They put Koikfa any lane as well.
Yeah.
Very versatile in their lanes.
Currently just focusing on that support pool, it looks like. They ran the Enigma support too from Alliance, I believe, in one of their games. So Ogre, and then I know they played the Treant a lot.
They did.
But hasn't been too late.
They lost with the Treant though. They won a lot with Crystal Maiden on the side of Alliance so far. 4 games out of actually every single game they won was with Crystal Maiden.
Oh, there you go. I guess that's why they take care of it.
That's a really good pick. It's make it so anyone who gets called can be decrypt, and also it's just I've been seeing it picked up a lot against Monkey King.
Yeah.
Just a hero that relies like on standing on his ground, and Pugna just kind of counters that.
He's just all physical too.
Yeah.
Everything about the hero.
Yeah, it's also good because when you Monkey King ult, you have the Echo Saber. You can barely move in that ultimate. You just decryptify them. You just run out.
Yeah, for sure, and you can save your teammates from it too, which is big.
Yeah. And also a pretty good laner. So LGD still going with that strong team fight right now.
It's also a hero that can follow the Monkey King to whatever lane. Like, it's a good matchup against Monkey King in lane, and then what if Monkey King goes side lane or mid? You can still go there as well in the Pugna.
Yeah.
And you'll know by I was gonna say you'll know by your last pick.
Pugna's got one of those like one of the highest movement speed in the game, which obviously Monkey King doesn't like in the lane.
I kind of like that in combo with the Centaur too. That'd be a really nice dueling, just like the Shaker works with the Pugna, so does the Centaur.
They go Phoenix against the Silencer.
I mean, it is it's a direct counter, but what do you think? Do you still think they can pull it off properly?
I've seen it work when the Phoenix is core because you get a Lotus earlier.
Yeah, when you have like enough items to actually protect yourself.
So far, Alliance has only played it as support though. Both Taiga and Insania have played it.
Yeah. I feel like that's just a comfort zone pick.
You kind of need maybe like if you have a long team fight, it can work. If you have a brew that initiates, with Phoenix, so the fight is long. Like if you can get off the Brew ult, then you can just come in with egg a bit later.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pick Brew with that,
I think it kind of seems to me like they're setting up for that tree, maybe. Like, what if this ends up just being like core axe, and then they do like tree Phoenix,
then they're just super countered by the silencer, I feel.
and it's you just like go all in on wombo combo for silencers. Generally not that great, yeah.
Something like Weaver maybe to hit the egg here. They're not like they don't have any setup for like a Mirana. You think like Weaver, Mirana, Lena, Huskar, these kind of heroes, but you're obviously not picking Huskar here.
LGD also has played a couple of troll games.
Oh yeah, Troll. Troll's actually pretty good against Monkey King too, because you can be ranged for him in lane.
Then you have a troll though.
That's true.
What about Ursa? It's actually kind of a good Ursa game, isn't it? Phoenix, Monkey King, and Axe. That'll just be Troll. Same idea, I suppose.
And that's why we put our minds together.
Yep.
But you have a Troll now, as you said. What do you don't like that hero, Bulldog?
No, you just pick a Venom now and you win the game. Even though they have Centaur, it doesn't matter. Just pick the Venom and you win. You just kite the troll.
You really like this Veno, eh?
Yeah.
It owns Troll, to be fair.
The troll, you just kite the hero and it's kind of useless. But sure, you can deal with the egg now, but that's probably just going to be a Phoenix support anyway. So you're like, hey, you dealt with a support.
Are we? Who's playing the Pugna for LGD? Is it Chalice?
I think usually that was his. If this is indeed going to be the support centaur, I feel like it'll probably end up being Chalice's unless they see a matchup that just makes more sense to throw out mid.
I think it's open between mid and off lane still. Yeah, I mean they're definitely. If it's like in a side lane, it'll be the core. Like they'll have the Centaur before.
Yeah.
PSG LGD have got last pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can just select whichever matchup is best for them.
They could still just run it as a 4 as well, Pugna, if they want.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if FY plays it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Just as long as they don't get Centaur against Monkey King.
Yeah, there's already enough value in the decrypt that it's honestly worth it.
Well, then I'm sure we're gonna see Alliance ban out DK against PSG LGD. Otherwise, it is full comfort zone for them. What does Alliance need? They are running out of time, real quick.
Probably their Quake for hero if they don't want to get banned, but it will still be the Weaver for
that's
them
the Weaver.
instead.
Another comfort zone pick. The only way to really kill him is global and Centaur Blink, and you can usually react to the Centaur Blink. Nice against the Pugna too.
And then so do you think it'll be like an Axe Monkey King, kind of like puppy style Axe, or do you think it'll be like, who do you think the Weaver's going to play with? Because it's kind of weird right now to me.
Yeah, I feel like Weaver Axe is the way to go, and then put Monkey King mid. But they also might just. They could have so many renditions of like who's core and who's support between the Axe, Phoenix, and Weaver. And
It wouldn't be the first time that they ran a position 5 Weaver as well.
But that's not how it's supposed to go. What just happened?
What? Why did they ban their Dragon Knight
They thought they were
themselves?
picking. They thought they were picking.
Shiva's throwing her book out the window right now.
Why do I even have this thing?
No.
Useless.
My notebook is not value.
I'm banning the Dragon Knight, I guess.
Why?
LG just realizes how strong it is because they're picking it and they know the power of it and they see like if Alliance pick it, we're gonna lose.
It's also a 9th pick team, so you have to pick this hero that just like doesn't get dumpstered by anything.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say
the
DK's good
DK
for that.
Lena, right?
Mhm.
Seems to be the two heroes.
Storm Spirit removed. The maybe Storm always a threat. All right, what is Alliance lacking? We don't really know because everybody can play any position at this point.
Pretty much. I mean, what's their follow-up to a call right now? Kind of like Monkey King hopping in there.
And they have egg.
Hard commit with an
Picking up
egg.
Silence.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like right now they kind of are well-rounded.
I feel like
Nice.
Nyx could be potentially pretty good.
And your lanes get all weird though.
I mean, you just have Monkey King mid and like Nyx, Phoenix, and
But
Weaver
okay, I
Axe.
don't see Koikva playing any of these 4 heroes.
That's
right
true.
now. That's
That's
what I'm
true.
saying. So I feel like we need some Koikva stuff.
There you go.
There you go.
The
That's a
Axe
Koikva hero.
Invoker.
All right.
That's a lot. That's much better. Like pick off with like lower cooldowns. Like it's just Axe Call, Sunstrike, Monkey King, Boundless Strike, Sunstrike.
So what do you play against that? What's a hero that does well against it? I mean, the TA does okay, but then the rest of the heroes from Alliance are actually pretty decent against that.
Yeah. I'm not even sure. Is it a Koikva playing the Invoker though?
Probably.
I think Mickey plays it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think
don't-
so.
Yeah, so it is.
Because it's not really a Koikva hero, so I guess Mickey.
Yeah, I guess it's Weaver Koikva then. maybe?
Ooh, there's the Mirana still.
I thought they'd get that 4th if they were ever going to pick it. But
Yeah.
Very nice against
Koikva does pick
against
it
the
up.
egg as well.
So Mickey on the Monkey. I mean, that's definitely been Mickey's had the best performance of the Monkey King so far. It's felt like.
Only concern about the Mirana is they have literally no setup for the arrow other than the 4-position Centaur blink. So that's gonna rely a lot on these skillful arrows.
It looks like a lot of concern for the egg in this draft, doesn't it? Like Silencer, Troll, Mirana.
Ooh.
Twitter being biased.
I mean, I
Wow,
feel like
that's harsh considering the Alliance fans, I have to say. Like, they bumped that up an easy 18%. So really, this is like 90-10.
Everyone
I was
vote
gonna
Alliance.
say, I feel like they're generous towards the Lions.
That's the power of the Alliance fans.
Yeah, he called it out there.
yeah.
I'm not like too impressed by this last pick, but I feel like it's pretty hard to go against LGD this series on any of the games.
Do we like the draft? Is this a good Lions draft? Bulldog, you're the best one to judge.
Yeah, I think both here team have good lineups. It's just a matter of Alliance will not choke, and then they can have a good game.
All right. Will you therefore predict Alliance to take this first game?
I will predict Alliance, and I'm unbiased. Even though I'm sure the egg will be useless this game, I still think they're doing good.
Production seems to think you've
decided. I mean, I was going to go with LGD, but I will say I do think Alliance's draft is better, and I think they could very well take this game, like more likely than I would have thought going into the game.
Put me on that Alliance hype train. Let's go.
Okay.
Get ourselves game one.
I'm fine with being the only one correct at the end. No, no, don't put me on it. No.
Come on, just
breathe it in.
Production has spoken. Everybody's on the Alliance hype train here. Let's find out if our commentary team is on that same train. It is over to Cottle Guy and Grand.
Grant, why the hell were you there for media day? You stuck me with slacks for the intro, dude.
My bad. You know I love flying airplanes and delays, but you know what? You looked good.
Thanks,
and confused.
Man. Yeah, I was extremely confused. Sad you weren't there, but all that matters is that you are here now for this hype matchup, upper bracket matchup right now. We got PSG LGD taking on Alliance. Grant, we had the privilege of casting LGD's group stage action, and they were 4-0. They looked damn good. Tell me about the breakdown now as they're going to be heading into Alliance.
I think I kind of agree with BSJ. I think LGD going into this is like an 80-20 favorite, but Alliance's draft, I mean, they got the comfortable. The one time we saw the Boxy Weaver, he went like 8-1 and 15. He just sat in a lane. No one could do anything to him. And I think that as well could be the case this game if he gets off to a good start. And I think Boxy's actually the player to watch for me in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't know a whole lot about Boxy. I mean, I haven't really been able to watch too much of this new Alliance, being able to play a lot of the regionals and such, but I'm quickly learning that he could be like the next like Yapsor or something, you know?
Yeah, I think him and Tyga both coming into this team, right? They I believe they pretty much like came over together, and they both looked just insanely good. Well, at the very beginning they didn't actually. Alliance looked pretty suspect, but now, I mean, they're in this major, they're doing good.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of a honeymoon phase. You gotta, you gotta get each other's chemistry. You gotta know how you play with each other in the lanes, who kind of resides best for what particular role and responsibilities. And it seems like they're starting to be able to find that groove. But it's an ultimate test here. This is LGD. They have that groove set. I was jokingly saying this is like the Icelandic team of Mighty Ducks. They just roll in. They got the clean-looking uniforms. They'll shove you down. It's a matter of can you take them on in the later rounds, let's say.
And then I talked about Boxy Weaver, but FY, he already hit one double stun top at level 1 on this Centaur. And we saw him. His support Centaur was just absolutely stunning.
Cheeky, too. He likes to come in from unique angles, and obviously it's something that's going to be very uncomfortable to their opponents, and he likes to really take advantage of that, catching him from the side. And you really don't know what to do when you have a support Centaur just suddenly coming at your face.
Yeah, the only problem here, I think, is he's their tanky hero, right? And I don't know how much farm he's actually to find.
Here he goes.
But oh no, he's running at him.
The classic run through the trees. Able to step in, gets the stomp, gets the hit, and that's how it happens, folks. Just like that. First blood goes to LGD, and they're not done yet. Ame feeling confident, running within the trees and happy to slap it with the Birdman. But Doesn't want to get too overzealous, I guess, and pulls off. But they're happy to establish their dominance already.
Yeah, they are, and you can tell already maybe a little bit of nerve from Meke, because he cut down the wrong tree with his Tango or Quelling Blade, and he couldn't get through, so he just ran back in. Well, FY. Both times he's played Centaur, both times he's gotten first blood.
That's what, it's like, it's got to be some sort of sense of uncomfort. Like, he's just suddenly running at me?
It really
I mean,
does.
right under my own tower? Yes, he's running at you. He's a Centaur. He can do that.
I think the biggest thing, this Silencer, obviously Silencer is pretty good versus Weaver in lane, even late game, mid game. Silencer's just not a good laner though. Still will never really be a good laner. All his spells cost so much, but he's going to be doing decently.
Yeah, he used to be quite annoying. Ooh, nice call setup here, looking to get a return kill here, possibly onto Chalice. Good grab. He's going to try to get down the blast. Tempted right clicks here to try to get a trade happening, but he does end up dropping. Sakuchi does end up coming out. It could be X-Nova to fall as well. Oh, the Weaver unfortunately just eats a bit too much damage. He's going to get dropped. They both end up going down. Oh, no. Oh, disaster. And it doesn't stop. The bloodshed continues. Top lane, they're able to snipe down Insania, and it's 4-1 already, LGD.
Oh, God. We casted all of LGD games, and this is looking exactly like the other 4 we saw. They are just... They play well. Chalice goes down, but X-Nova, he gets the curse off right before Sakuchi, so even though he gets Sakuchi out to run away, he just takes that extra damage, and then now he just has 4 intellect in this lane, which is pretty insane at 2 minutes in.
Yeah, normally we were seeing huge success for the Silencers in those tri-lanes to be able to soak in so much early intel, but if you tell me a Silencer in a dual lane is able to just grab these early extra points, then he's going to be in for a great game.
Yeah, and the one lane we haven't really talked about, it's going to be that Mirana versus Invoker, and it's pretty even right now, and it looks like he is actually the bunny, but bottom?
They're going to give it another go for X-Nova here. They got the call. The right clicks are coming up from Boxy's side. He does dish out a decent curse, and Chalice has been trying to just dish out the right clicks and force him back with some blasting nukes.
Yep. I know. I think it was Pi talked about this yesterday. If you're going against this Axe support, you gotta block that big camp, right? Because they got the pull again. Luckily, Pugna did a good job. He just went and blasted it twice, so he'll get the creeps back. But it's gonna be something to watch out for if they're just gonna allow this Axe to pull.
The lane, like, equilibrium and mitigation has just continued to evolve over time. It used to be about just trying to get some little aggro pulls within the lane itself, and now we're involving all the side camps. Not just basic pulls like we used to see, but really both sides trying to get in and equalize it as best to their own build.
Yep, and look at top as well. Ame's like, hey, I'll just pull the creep wave too. I mean, that's the big thing. If you're not going to block it, the off lane will always pull that.
Yeah, it feels like there's just so much to cover, and now that there's no more tri-lanes, it's on the responsibility of really just one other support to get it done. They move in, they get a stomp, they get the double edge, the whirling axes, and a right click should get it done. Mickey's going to fall, FY, picks that one up, and it's 5-1 now.
Yep, it is, and the one lane you're not really getting kills. Mirana's still winning. It does get the regen, actually gets denied by Goikba.
Possible move for Chalice here, sweeping in Sakuchi. Taiga's going to walk in, gets the call. The ward does go down. They decide to focus that. They get, 20 cents for it, but he's able to turn the corner, drops the blast, but eventually they do get the catch, and Taiga's going to be able to take up the kill.
And this is, I mean, that's the one good thing for Alliance. This is, like I said, I think if Boxy gets off to a good start, and he can just sit here.
Another takedown. That was like all Ame. Solo kill to take down.
We saw this yesterday with Rezo right on the Monkey King, or no, it was Yawar on the Monkey King. He just died once, went back to lane, and died immediately again. And all of a sudden, this Monkey King is like, I have to walk back to lane. I'm missing like 3 waves.
This is what we call the walk of shame.
At least we finally get some levels on Phoenix, but bottom, X-Nova will get found again.
Fisticuffs being had here. X-Nova is going to get dropped. Chalice is looking to go for hot pursuit. That poor little troll is just getting zapped from that ward. He has nothing to do with this, but he will pay the price. Meantime, we see the Weaver end up getting dropped. Chalice putting in the work. Taiga is going to swiftly just grab a little bit of extra gold from that and contest the full camp.
I believe he casted bugs and died to the Pugna ward.
That's what it did
That's
look
a rough
like.
one. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, he didn't get the blast off. Oh, well, all right, well, it just goes down. I think he wanted to go get mana and HP. Obviously, you don't want to give the kill to Chalice, but he'll get it back. And now, oh no, Mickey top again.
This is turning into quite the punishment here. FY does manage to cut him off. There's the stomp. Right click on pop. Good enough.
They have to rotate Goikba. I'm not even sure he might get this kill, but I don't think he will.
If they don't, it will feel real tough for Lions. They got a good setup. Cold snap, right clicks. Insania is going to be forced to jump out, but the curse is there. That Phoenix is going to get dropped in exchange, and FY steps in with the crush. Troll's still good. Running back and away. The right click's not going to be there, and FY is now dominating.
Oh, it's just the LGD train again.
Wow.
They are coming on through, and I can't believe, I was like, they're not going to get Ame, and then I was like, oh god, maybe I'm wrong, and you see the replay. Let's see, what does he die to here?
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
he turns back to go for Chalice. He's already got the curse on him, so he will get added extra dot damage just from doing those 2 spells.
Oh,
the
it was
blast
the blast.
is there too.
Okay.
He was probably
So
dead no matter
many
what.
dots,
Yeah.
Dude, that arcane curse versus Weaver, that's the big counter. You just toss. I mean, last word's extremely good, but the curse, like, all Weaver is mobility. So even at level 25, if you get that curse off on him, he just loses all his mobility because of it. Chalice and Troll bottom.
Yeah, he's just going to defensively drop the ward, hide within the trees, but there is a rotation coming from Insania. Nice grab of the call there from Taiga, and they're going to be able to finish that one off. Arrow's going to miss, but leaping in is going to be maybe. All right, I'm from the mid lane. What's going on? Sweeps on through, gets the 1 swift kill, and he'll just get a couple of tags in. Does he want to pursue this one? I mean, he's got the haste rune. He's feeling damn good. Leaps on in. One more right click should do it. Double kill for the man.
Yeah, Starstorm up too.
Okay, call. Does he want to keep going? Weaver's TPing in now. I think it's time he takes his lead. He's already gotten a lot.
Yep. And he does have the money mount. Pardon me, you know, I love that mount. It's a class. I mean, it's only, if you want it in Twitch, just drop a, you know, $900 from your mom's purse, you're good.
I'm sure someone like maybe second place
Yeah,
TI
whatever.
can afford something
I'll
like
just
that.
Drop it, get a cute bunny that doesn't look like it should be in Dota.
CFY zoning back. The Monkey King. He's got no mana, full health, and he can't even come to the lane. Is he taking a long walk all the way back?
Long hops. He's taking the long hops.
A
He'll
long
make it
hop
eventually.
back.
Yeah.
Oh my. Leapfrog myself back to base. I'll
And
lose
he
my
mangoed?
tower top.
Even just mangoed so we could go down. And yeah, he's gonna. I'm not sure if they're gonna get this tower, but they're gonna take it down extremely low because they have a rotation from Quakeman. Well, they dodged the scan somehow. They actually go into the river instead of the jungle.
And a good rotation coming back from the Monkey King. This is a 3-on-2. They're going to try to pincer him. Can they get the catch here? They know something's up. Ame looks to hide within the trees. The Tornado's going to catch. Dishes out the whirling axes. They put all their focus onto this troll, and they should be successful in bringing him down. He pops the wand, though, turns around, tries to get off some damage so that FY and company can help clean up some action here. They get 1, looking to go for 2. There it is. And now maybe's getting in.
No, Mecha, you just got back to the lane. Run, please. Just hoppy, and this is LGD in a nutshell, this tournament. They will just run you over. They always have the numbers as well. It looked like Alliance there was just going to take a 3-on-2 fight, and all of a sudden there's a silencer and a Mirana out of nowhere. Bottom, going to die to it. Ooh. That raindrop. Raindrop is quite the item, barely saved him.
He had time lapse, but I'm sure he didn't want to have to use it. Plus, it could have
Going
brought
to the tower.
him. Yeah, could have brought him onto the tower
Hey
to
there.
Bugna. You don't want that happening.
They do lose the tower top. It's going to be maybe taking him. He is buff right now. He's 1,000 gold with the next person at 9 minutes in, and it's his own teammate, by the way.
You want to take that early look at the net worth there. For a moment, it was top 4 all belonging to LGD.
How does FY do this guy?
Arrow? Whoa, actually didn't connect, went right under his foot. Gave him a little bit of vision. In the meantime, Taiga is going to be able to get that grab. He's on a killing spree. He's claiming half the kills for Alliance so far on that X.
It seems like, you know, BSJ doesn't bring up the concept anymore, but the dead lane feels pretty appropriate here. No one from Dire really wants to go top, and no one from Radiant really wants to go bottom. Even though there's like a tier 1 here, it just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Maybe Silencer could head back that way eventually after his rotation to the top. It looks like he'll take himself back to base, but it's like you said, it looks like for now they'll kind of just let that be. And FY, after his very successful early game, he's already level 6. Look at his way towards a Blink Dagger. He's got nearly 1,600 gold. It's crazy good.
Yeah.
And now you have Stampede to work with. So whether it's being used as a defensive disengage or something to initiate, they just have that extra super powerful tool to work with.
Oh, and the glow's going to come out. He's going to steal the room, but see you later, Phoenix.
For sure. Easy stomp setup right there.
I think he's fine with that, though. You're insane. You're just like, oh, I got the bounty rune at least. Whatever. I'm a 5.
Maybe he does bottle up an Invis Rude top. See if he eventually makes some work out of that.
I feel like eventually he's going to get that Maelstrom. You're going to have a Centaur, your 4-position Blink Centaur like 11 minutes in. And you're just going to be able to just like 4-man around this map while Troll farms, as we've seen him do in the past.
Yeah, really just maybe in the goons could head out and do a lot of work while Troll just is that insurance policy for later on.
But we've seen, right, that Ame's been really the only successful one with Troll. I think Rezo had a decent game. We saw HFN kind of struggle with it, but Ame always he knows when to farm and when to fight. And on a hero like this that's super active, it's extremely important. It's not like a TB where you just farm the jungle 30 minutes. You have to be involved.
Smoke rotation to the bottom, but they are outnumbered for this. Plus, there's still that Stampede. They do manage to finish off the tower, but on the way back, they could run into some potential Alliance members here. There goes the egg early on. No one's focusing yet, but now they do move in, and they easily clean it up. Level 1 is just like a really fragile egg. Following clean up there, they do manage to get Chalice down. FY next. Nice dunk setup. Taiga still using that momentum from the early game, claiming a dominating streak and continuing to go to work, and the chase is on. Battle Hunger out. They look to go within the trees. A brief arrow to stop him in his tracks. And now the Star Storm should be enough firepower to be able to bring him down. And that is going to be a 5x kill streak handed over to FY. Though Alliance are getting the best of the trade, you know, it still feels like it could end up on an even playing field when the dust does settle.
Yeah, the Child's buyback, that was not really sure why he did it. Also, a rare mistake from Xnova. He just missed his curse on both heroes. And if you hit that Weaver with that curse, I mean, he can't really dive you right there. He just can't, but this is a curse, so they're able to. Still a 3K lead for LGD, though.
Yeah.
Just already the Maelstrom. This guy is so strong in Mirana right now. Didn't even go Aquila. We've been seeing more and more just go double Wraithband, no Aquila, which I'm not really sure why myself. You get that free damage, but it's just 14 Julie, which is pretty nice. There's the arrow.
Woo. Nice sidestep right there from Quakeba, but it does have to put him back under that Star Storm as he leaps in. Quakebug Swarm, and it looks like that will be the end of that pursuit. But, you know, LGD are just showing that they're happy to continue being frisky and using their power advantage from the early game. Top, jump in though, as they could get a good swarm attack onto the Troll Warlord. They're going to commit the global for this one, but it's not going to help them.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get that, like, if you see the tornado go out, you got to call for it right away so he doesn't get the cold snap after, but he was able to get the cold snap and then global came out.
Yeah,
so
a mistiming there, but maybe he might be able to get a scrappy kill here, it looks like. Tornado, Stampede, they get the finish. Here comes FY though. Tries to go for the stomp, can't quite get it off. Good quick stun right there, and now he gets hit with the EMP, and he has no more mana to work with, but here comes Nova. Stepping in, gets the curse, and the last word onto Monkey King.
No detection. You're playing versus an Invoker, you got to get a little bit of detection right there.
Alliance are going to be able to step away from potential trouble, so good stuff. LGD are kind of letting these get away. Yep.
Now you're just getting so... He didn't know he got the bash. I think he just bashed him and he went behind the tree.
Yeah.
He didn't see him.
He pursued, he even still had whirling axes right there. Could have easily cleaned it up.
Huh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, hey, we talked about Alliance having some nerves. I know this LGD team, you know, almost won a TI, but
they're going to make him pay for it. Jump in, call. FY's there, though. FY. This man just shows up.
The god.
The prince.
He's so good. The fact, I mean, he has a 13-minute blank. I mean, he could have had it even earlier if he didn't have that one death. He lost like 200 gold, and guess what? It turns from a guaranteed kill on Ame to a double kill for them. Good positioning.
Wow. How can one man be so handsome and so good at Dota?
That's a good question. I haven't either. Chalice has the Aether Lens. He's going Dagon next. No Force Staff. No, we've seen actually early Boots of Travel on Pugna recently.
Does that say something like they want to end it sooner or kind of just get more? I don't know. Dagon just seems very aggressive.
I think they just want to pressure him. I mean, you have the Global and you have the Centaur Stampede, so you can just disengage and then go back in. You have all this burst damage from the Mirana as well as the Pugna. I think it just means they want to fight, and hey, Ame, just do your thing.
For sure. All right, the three of them in the mid lane smoke. They're heading into Alliance territory here. There are about 4 Alliance members right here. Smokes into each other. Jump across from FY, immediate global, and that's going to give LGD the advantage, and they could be able to clean up, and they do. They grab one axe before the silence does settle, and then they grab another. A long, late lightning proc, it looked like, was able to get the snap onto Insania. That's a double kill for Maybe.
Yep. And the biggest thing, it's not they just got the smoke gank. It was a smoke into a smoke, so Alliance wasted, like, I mean, smokes are one of the biggest comeback tools in the game. When you just use one like that and it doesn't work, it doesn't feel too good.
Not at all. Not at all. With that momentum, LGD would just kind of begin to migrate up to join the side of where at least Ame was. They'll be like, Ame, you take the jungle. We'll take the lane. We'll move forward and get some objectives for you.
See, the Tinker Ward actually just died from Radiant, but that's even better against like this Monkey King. He's trying to like jump around up top. You're just like, oh, there's Monkey King.
All right, well, we don't want to sound too favored for LGD. What can Alliance do to be able to try to pull this one back a bit?
They just have to pretty much, not really wombo combo. You have to get a good Tornado EMP into Ag, like Wukong's command. That's pretty much it. They just have to win a team fight because they are not going to outfarm LGD at this rate anymore.
Yeah.
Have to take a good fight.
I'd hate to say that that best chance may come when they're at the high ground to potentially get a solid high ground defense, but it may have to come to that. We'll see.
I think Bulldog said it best, so that you have this Phoenix who is a good team fighter, but when it's a 5 position, this egg is never going to go off, especially Mirana and Troll. Like, I don't even know if Phoenix has an ulti this game, honestly.
It'd have to be like way back and in the clear, but even then, not going to be easy. Meanwhile, Ame going to work inside the Roche pit. Ame will assist him with the arrow, and there is no sign of attention whatsoever from the Alliance front. Already a 6K, now 7K gold lead, 5K XP lead and on the rise. This has been what we have seen of LGD so far in this event.
They just roll you over, they beat you in lanes, and they just suffocate you.
Yeah.
He does go back for the Aquila 16 minutes.
Jump from FY, sees the setup potentially here onto Mickey, but there is a good sweep in from Insania to kind of bail him out. But FY's not done yet. It's that Moonlight Shadow, and he's still stalking him here.
I see. 2 minutes.
There's rotations coming. Look at Maybe. He's trying to flank him directly from the side. The stomp's there from the Phoenix. Monkey King's hiding up. If he jumps down, though, he couldn't find himself in also trouble, and he just has to witness his poor bird friend go down.
We didn't really see, right? When you pick Morana, oh wait, they're going in again.
Jump in, drop the stun. Tornado's out, but that global comes out, and that's when the turn could be there. Maybe is just chasing him down. Koikfa able to get off the invis and is able to make it away. Just clear.
Yeah. And as you see, Trent said, like, you have this Stampede, you have this global. Like, if they do pop any abilities, you can just run away. You see one ability go down, you just pop global. You can't do much. And no.
Nice quick reaction.
The bugs get vision, but
we're close. Not even that is forgiving. LGD not giving anything away.
Yeah, not even shit. We need our wards. We got to get those. And 8K lead, they have this Aegis. We've seen with LGD, they don't really prioritize like Aegis timings per se, as in we get Aegis, let's go push. It's all about their items. Like, they're fine just giving up this Aegis, like whatever. We lose it, it goes down to time. Then we get a BKB on a couple years. Now we'll push uphill. They like taking roads, but they don't really use the Aegis.
Yeah, I mean, they're just content in knowing that we own the map now.
Yeah.
Alliance, unless it's, you know, possibly by poor judgment, may not consider taking the fight whatsoever while we have this extra life. But I am seeing LGD just like totally content and using the momentum they've built up to just keep pushing forward here. See Ame poking at that tower, and obviously with a Pugna, he can just siege it down from afar pretty easily.
And he has the Dagon now. I'm pretty sure I mean, one blast, one Dagon, the Phoenix is absolutely dead. Everyone else is at like 50% health.
There's just no one easy to jump. They're split out so far that this Axe can't just blink in and call somebody. He'll end up just calling one while the rest of the LGD fleet will just sweep in and take care of him. And this is an opportunity when LGD don't even have global silence. I mean, they're still scary to fight into with the Aegis and just how much power they have.
And they're going to have some mega damage issues. Mickey on Monkey King has 2.7k gold, no items, but you look at the Weaver, and he's forced to go for this first item 4-staff. That doesn't mean you're not going to do any damage. You're just there trying to help out your team, you know, maybe get away from the Centaur. But it does not feel good to have to go 4-staff first Weaver.
Now everybody's a little excited about the Earthshaker Ags, but we're seeing Centaur Ags also come out a lot this event. And FY on the support, who already has a Blink Vanguard, is going Ags next.
Whatever.
For the damage reduction, just in case.
Yep. It is crazy how similar, like, the two top teams of this tournament for me are, like, LGD and Secret. Oh, Boxy, they knew.
They squished that bug so hard, so fast.
It's how greedy, like, their fourth play, right? Like, the Apsor and FY play so similarly. They don't play the same kind of heroes. Hub usually plays the strength heroes. Oh, Axe will get away.
And it's a chasing Stampede to hopefully get the grab right there. Axe still hangs out in the lane a bit. Goes for the TP, and there's no one to cancel it. Knows that the arrow is already committed. Yeah, but it's a funny thing is when I try to think back to old Vici Gaming when it was FY Fenrir, I feel like then FY wasn't a super greedy 4 position like he is now. It's
Fenrir
like
was much more greedy,
yeah, it feels like he's become this, like, he's adapted much more to how the floors are just playing. It's just a testament more to how good he is.
Ooh, a couple failed ganks though. Their Monkey King gets away, Invoker gets away as well, and, well, could be worse. I mean, Stampede's on cooldown for 30 more seconds.
It can't be a great thing, though, to say that the best thing going for Alliance is that they avoided a gank.
They avoided 2 ganks, hey. Oh, top the arrow hits. Mickey gonna try Lightning Proc Godlike at 20 minutes. Maybe one of the best players in the world for sure.
Maybe.
What is he flying outside? Chicken is a full BKB in bottom.
That bug again. Gone. Just jump, stomp, double edge. They even brought out a global just in case they were thinking about saving him. This tier 2 is going to go down. This is rough.
Yeah, it's 21 minutes. The problem is he doesn't even have his 4-stone Weaver, but I don't think it'll do anything, right? If FY blinks on him, he has 900 HP is where he currently died at. Like, he will instantly die he just has no HP. Like, he doesn't have that Treads Dragonlance Aquila you normally see. He's just not tanky at all.
Why higher net worth than Koikfa right now? Higher than everybody on the
top. Blink blinks.
Okay.
Gets away.
Quick dodge. Well, Alliance are just always trying to escape, always trying to make it away. Just LGD encroaching in easily. They have the whole top forest, meanwhile sieging bottom.
Chalice is just like no one's near him.
He's
like
alone.
On his own team. Chalice is like, all right, I got a siege unit and this blast. All right, sounds good to me.
Playing with their food here.
Oh no, Boxy, please, no.
Stomp,
Middle lane.
hit, double-edged, arrow,
Yeah.
dead. Okay, grab call, but obviously it's going to be too late to go for the save. That's it. That's 3 times straight I've seen that Boxy Weaver just get crushed.
He just didn't get nothing. He got nothing bottom, like absolutely nothing bottom. And now you see, just has no strength items, doesn't even have force yet, can't do anything. And they're gonna get a tier 3 at about 22 minutes here. Couple uphill misses there from Ame. He's like, wait a minute.
Get it, Ame. There we go.
Thank you.
All right, first real siege damage in the base of the game comes at just 22 minutes in.
This game is just so reminiscent of their group stage. They went, if you didn't watch their games, you know, some of you just missed them. They went 4-0 and pretty much every
played,
game looked like this. They played Fnatic and was it Tigers? I believe. Yeah, they beat Tigers and then we're like, okay, Fnatic, this could be the challenge for them. And then it was like, it just didn't feel like a challenge. LGD just feels on a whole nother level this tournament.
Yeah, and Fnatic had beaten LGD previous in the PvP event, so just to see him come back and crush them convincingly, just you know, LGD came to play for sure. But here we go, swinging about right now. Stampede's going to be going out. Chalice is going to fight right within the middle, but he could end up dropping and does. Alliance are able to swarm onto that one. Now they put their focus on the X-Nova here. Alliance able to scrap together a good couple of kills, but
from behind though.
Yeah, here comes LGD's real power hitters now. They jump in, there's the stomp. Does find connection, but they're not happy and committed to really swing in yet. They're waiting for Ame to show up, and Ame, well, he sidesteps. He finds Koikfa. Misses the connection onto Koikfa to go for the chase, but in the meantime, maybe putting his focus on the Taiga, looking to go for the finish there. So low, there he's gonna get finished. The godlike streak continues here. Ame continued to try to chase for Koikfa, but now has no longer any detection to be able to see him. Mickey trying to hide within the trees, but he just gets chopped on down with those whirling axes.
That was such a weird engagement. Like the Silencer and Pugna just die. And for some reason, the raiding crews are like by the Dire base.
Yeah.
They come from their base, so they cut them off and they just can't go anywhere. Buyback, they axe.
All right. Yep, move in. But they're trying to go onto the Troll. He does eventually get chopped on down. He gets a decent amount of damage off before he does get taken down. And it looks like they should be able to kite around fly here if they can. He's tanky though. He's got a point booster in that Vanguard. It's going to take a long time, and here comes the rest of the LGD troops. If you can't take them out fast enough, you're going to pay the price.
FY, look at, you know, Boxy, like, I really wanted to go for that kill, but he just has to run.
Yep. Now they got to bail Stampede to help either secure the escape or continue the pursuit. Koikfa was still trying to go find him. Not successful, though. FY finds a good corner to hide in, and he's going to be fine.
Koikfa does get out of there. It looked like if Centaur just went around the trees, could have got one more right play and gotten the kill, but Invoker gets out. It is kind of, I mean, you're out of Spirit Vessel charges. As Quas Wex Invoke, you just want to run around Spirit Vessel, getting kills, ganking. You're not really the best play from behind hero. We'll see. They still haven't pushed that Rax bottom. At least they've taken the tier 3.
Yeah.
They haven't even taken that shrine. I think if you're LGD, you know, just get your check marks off, kill this top shrine. Second Roche will be up, and they can't really contest you.
No. All right, Moonlight Shadow about to be up, but, you know. Mjolnir on the horizon here for maybe. He's already got that BKB. He's just so damn big. Take care of this side push here in the bottom lane. Alliance is trying to just mend, trying to create a little bit of space for themselves. And LGD are kind of split up right now. If they can get the jump on this Pugna, brief side blink. And he's trying to burst fire Koikfa here. Koikfa's going to be forced to push out from the side. That was an assisted push from Boxy's new Force Staff, too, to bail him out from trouble. Now here comes the follow-up. They're trying to go for the finish on Chalice. They will be able to get it, but the X comes out, and the 8 goes down. Just like that. Ame has no problems whatsoever making breakfast right there. And the rest of Alliance have to hide within the trees to make it away. Not so lucky is going to be Taiga. Gets caught on down and chopped on up from FY.
Gonna go for the base.
He's just one component away from finishing out that Ags, but like you said, with Alliance members already in the grave, no reason for LGD to stop this momentum train right back to the base.
A little bit aggressive from Chalice. They're like, you didn't need to be that far up front. Even with the global, you know, going for it. Oh, are they gonna find one more? They have the dust this time. They finally brought the dust.
FY just stalking, waiting, like, oh, maybe Koikfa will happen to come back that way, and just waits for him. And then they have the ward just to spot him as he walks on out. He goes down.
Bottom, look at that. buyback forces them, they were just going to take this melee racks pretty easily. But the Invoker buyback will scare them back a little.
This game just feels like a huge outplay. I don't know what to say. This is really impressive from LGD.
It is. I mean, this is the LGD we expected, right? We saw TI. They were only one game away from winning it. Now they're just back in form already.
I mean, we've seen the point distribution. It's really good for the team that wins this major, or at least really good chances to be able to make your way to TI.
More than likely, you could probably win this and just take a break. Like, well, see you guys in 9 months. See you at TI. Like some Battle of Mirkwood.
They got a firm grasp on what 7.19 is. Why not make the best of it before the new patch comes out and the game could totally change?
Yep. I mean, which I think most people assume that would be hilarious, like the big 7.20 patch, and then it's like a late April Fool's joke. Like, sorry, it's funny. To me, it'd be funny to me.
7.19E.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. Ogre gains 1 armor. There's the patch.
Terrorblade buffed.
Yep.
You mad?
God, please. Dakota, don't even joke about that one.
Just kidding, guys. Dota 3 on mobile.
Yep. Oh, that would be hype.
All right,
I would play it. I would play it. I don't care. And there's going to be the second row taken.
As they do it,
Middle.
they're going to swing out and start taking kills without them even getting involved. It's FY cleaning things up early, getting the Insania kill, and then moves on forward and claims the double. He gets the finish on the Taiga. Koik is going to be forced to split out the side door. And while both Foxy and McKay head back to the front door of their base. LGD, like sharks in the water, just outside.
Oh, arrow. Oh my goodness, that gave me a heart attack. Koik, but look at, they're both in Viz there.
Okay.
He has the cheese though.
Decent damage. He leaps on out, but FY just leapfrogs in, stuns him, and says, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
Look at behind him. I mean, I don't think Koik can do anything, but he's positioned nicely like he could do something. He's giving me hope, but they're just going to lose the racks. They're probably going to lose 2, honestly. It's like even the Weaver, like, oh, this Weaver might have buyback. It's like, this Weaver doesn't do anything. He's absolutely a creep right now.
30K advantage coming in. 30K
28
advantage.
minutes.
Koikpa, who tried to just slip in back through the base, gets caught and finished off. They are going to be able to get that grab on him, maybe. That is a huge bounty on his head of gold. That's going to be heading the way of Taiga, which is great. But is it too little too late? LGD already ransacking themselves through the base. They're going to get Boxy down yet again. 40 to 15 people.
And there's the GGs. I actually get dropped right there. It'll end only at 27,000 gold league because Marana bought back and died. But
was this their most commanding performance so far this tournament? It feels like it.
Like, even, I think it might actually, like, statistically and just watching it, I think it probably is. Because not only that, right, that was the group stage, whatever, LGD beat, you know, maybe some lower tier teams. But now it's Alliance who proved, like, they beat Forward. They look good. I mean, Forward's the top 8 team at TI, and LGD just made them look like children, honestly.
What was Alliance caught off by there? Because, you know, it's not like there was a big lane mix-up or change-up that kind of threw them off. It seemed like the lanes were established and already predicted. Was it just that the FY Centaur it was much more
they just didn't
dominant?
expect how
Just
good
like,
it was.
he is so aggressive. Like, good God.
I think they knew it was an FY Centaur from the beginning, like you said, but it just, you don't realize how good it is, and then all of a sudden you make one little tree cut mistake, you get first blooded, and Monkey King can't do anything in that lane anymore. It's like one mistake, lane's over.
They put it together with the Marana matchup on the Invoker, and then the bottom lane multiple times. It looked like they were about to get those kills, but they just quickly turned around into two for zeros going the way of LGD. Going to be very anxious to hear what the panel has to say about this game. A lot of them I know Alliance favored, so let's throw it back over to Shiver in the game.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like that was more wishful thinking than anything else, because that game, it just showed why PSG LGD is looking so strong right now. Here to discuss that first game of the upper bracket series, it is Trent. We got BSJ, we got Bulldog. I know, BSJ, you tried to, you tried to backpedal it a little bit.
I blame production. It's one of those where I felt like if I looked at the 2 drafts and, the names of the teams were covered up and I didn't know who was actually playing, I would have honestly favored Alliance's draft. But I just look at the game and LGD just, as we said, going into the series, just looks like they're on a whole nother level. And the Monkey King, a hero that relies on his laning stage, he just got crippled. They ran the Centaur support, which we knew was an option, and then the Troll, the range form carry, like, he just died. And once you fall behind on a hero like Monkey King, the hero just feels underwhelming. He dies, what was that, a minute into the game? And then that one death always leads to more, and that sums up the whole game, I feel like. Not just like saying that's the only reason they lost, but feels like that happened across the board.
It definitely is a problem because that's why I really don't like seeing that first to Monkey King. Like Monkey King needs to have a good lane. Usually you pick Monkey King because you see a melee hero like, oh, we pick Monkey King into that. But now you're laning against a Troll Centaur, and we saw how much he's struggling. That lane just kept feeding non-stop, and all the other lanes were doing poorly as well.
Yeah, I think there's a reason we called it the hype train when we were picking Alliance. You know, it's mostly built off emotion, mostly like, oh, okay, maybe they can do it. And as you said, wishful thinking. But honestly, this draft just looked like a we're better than you draft, and they played like they were quite better than them.
Yeah, Trent, I heard you say this looks like a skirmish game
Yeah.
in that green room.
That's kind of, I mean, was there ever really a big team? There was like one big team fight. I think this is it, actually. It lasts for like a minute. I think there's 2 Stampedes that get off because it lasts so long. But other than that, it felt like it was 2v2s across the map, a little like 1v2s or something, just constant pickoffs and weird fights, and they just got outskilled, honestly.
I mean, I don't know how it's fair, honestly. How can FY be this good, man?
He was, yeah, he was very good, but also I thought they played really well around Global Silence. I feel like there were several opportunities where it's like, oh, okay, this might look good for Alliance, and then just Global. And it's like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's just that silencer pick. You know, you just click one button and just change the fight. But yeah, FY always in the right position. Like there was a moment bottom when they're going to kill the troll, and then he's just TP just 5 seconds before. He just predicted it. Blink in with Centaur 30 minutes, just has the dagger, and just, yeah, this guy. It's not fair. Life is not fair. Not only that, he's also the sexiest man in Dota as well.
Well, that's also true.
Sure.
That is true.
Sometimes people just get all the cards dealt, you know? But I feel like people think a lot about team fights and like what we, you know, how it's going to play out. But when one team's just out efficiencying, like more just efficient, like they're just better around the map. Like they won the lanes, they out executed them. Like you don't even see fights anymore because you're so far ahead. Like it doesn't matter how the fights are supposed to play out. And like even though they had Egg, which was probably going to die every fight if there were any fights, you're just so far behind that everything's a struggle. You require more heroes to do the same thing. They can just have people farming, so the Centaur gets such an early blink, and then now they've got 4 cores, and yeah, Centaur's just 11, 1, and 16 from the 4 position, and that's pretty hard to beat.
But how do you play against it? Like, was there something maybe that Alliance could have done, maybe to shift up their lanes to try and provide a better matchup somewhere?
I'd say pick stronger lanes. Like I think in general, you just need to like think about the laning stage more. Like I think when you look at these drafts again, and it's like, oh, okay, I can definitely see how the Alliance draft is better when you're like thinking about like the mid game and everything. But if you get like so destroyed in lanes, there is no mid game, right? Like, that game was, they felt like it was just over. So maybe they need some more Banes and Ogres or something.
There's a reason why people pick like PL, Morphling, Terrorblade every game from the carry role, because those heroes, they're like, the difference between a good lane and a bad lane for them isn't very high. And I think that's also why people pick these flex offlaners, because if the enemy team counters them in lane, then you just make them a support. And when you pick these early Monkey Kings, as Bulldog said, it just leaves you vulnerable to having this 0-6 carry player who's just crippled and has no impact in the game. And that's something that's decided at a minute in. Like, after he dies a minute into the game, his game's pretty much over unless his team can carry him through the first 20 minutes of the game. And I think they just need to avoid letting LGD exploit that, because they're obviously a world-class team. They're going to draft the stuff necessary to punish punishable picks.
Any final words on the first game, Bulldog?
No.
If you,
He's like, please, just forget about it.
Well, there's going to be obviously a break. And in this break, Loda is going to talk to the team. You know, is going to help them move forward. What is he going to say? What are the magic words?
Yeah, it's just stronger lanes, just like they've already said here. I agree. It's just you can't do this pull in the laning stage. There's no chance of winning then.
Okay, well, that seems simple enough. I'm sure that Alliance will use their break wisely, as will we. And we will be right back with game number 2 of the series. During the group stages, PSG LGD had 4 games, 4 quick games, 4 very one-sided games in favor of PSG LGD. And, you know, the question was, are they really that good? And game 1 of them versus Alliance is starting to prove that they really are that good. Welcome back. We're at the Kuala Lumpur Major, and we are here to see which Dota 2 team is currently the best in the world and therefore takes the lion's share of money, but also those very, very highly wanted DPC points. And we're halfway through the series. Well, if it's up to PSG LGD, that is, because it's 1 game up for them versus Alliance, and that game was... it was an interesting one in more ways than one, but it was not an even game of Dota, Trent.
It was a halfway through the series kind of game.
It was a halfway through the series kind of game, and it's, you know, it sounds harsh to say that, especially in front of Mr. Alliance himself, Bulldog. But
you're haters, all of you are haters. You don't believe in Alliance. If Alliance just gets past the laning stage, they have the players, they have the talent, they will beat them. Easily.
To be honest, they have done. Alliance is the team with so far all their games have gone to 3 games, and in 2 of them they lost the first game and then they won the second.
That's right. So
they got a shot. They learn from their mistakes, you know. It goes bad, and then they adapt, and surely that's the road to victory.
Yeah,
Brian.
I mean, so far it's been 100%. They've lost the first game and then won the second. So at that math, like by math, they're very likely to win the second game.
Yes.
I mean, that's just straightforward. Yeah, I mean, we need the Haas in here. I feel like last game they didn't really get to play Dota. You know, past the game was over before it started, and when I look at these kind of games, as like I think these type of teams, they just need to say to themselves, we didn't get to play Dota. Let's set ourselves up to play some Dota, and that first game doesn't matter because we were, you know, the game was over, and now let's prove ourselves. And I agree with Bulldog that if they get past that strategy phase, like there's so much that goes into the first 5 minutes or so, that the big difference between these tier 1 teams and anything else is that those tier 1 teams always get past the first 5 minutes without ever doing what happened in the last game, and that's just something that tier 2 teams, tier 3 teams can be inconsistent about. And Alliance, if they can just get past the storm, weather the storm of the first 5 minutes, and the game is much more
I got bad news for you. After 5 minutes, LGD's actually still there. So that, I don't know.
Well, I'm saying, though, then they have a realistic shot. But that's the thing is when you look at these like separation of tiers of teams, there's just some games, like 20%, 30%, that are over at 5 minutes into the game. Let's at least get past that. The step 1, you know, baby steps.
One step at a time. And it is upper bracket. So even if they do drop down, there's still a chance.
Now, if
for
they
them.
drop down, though, you got to meet those little BO1s again, don't you?
No, it's only round 1.
Oh, it is best of 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Act like you know
That's
what
good.
you're talking about.
That's good. Well, someone told me the opposite, and I was like, well, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, to call them out on stream.
I hope that I hope that I'm able to provide correct information, but who knows? It's human to make mistakes. It is correct. I just got to confirm. See, I got like little men in my ear, and
nice.
they tell me truth.
Good.
And I can therefore say truth to all the people out there.
The draft is truth.
We get the draft here. We're going to get any different heroes now.
They banned that silencer.
They do.
I can agree with that one.
Still got Enigma and Tiny in the pool. Do you want to ban those heroes? Always scary.
Don't you ban the Centaur? I feel like it is such a flexible pick for PSG LGD, and the way FY played it, you don't want to have that again, but you also don't want Chalice to play it because he's scary on that.
Well, the problem is if you ban Centaur, FY will play another hero. He will play some hero, and he can play any hero like that, so it doesn't really matter. You don't want to ban out FY heroes because he plays every hero.
Oh, well, then where do we go from there? Well, now we got
that looks like what Elias is thinking right now. Spending reserve time
Bulldog
on
in their ear here, like,
Ooh, and I did get some extra information because you know at TI it was QQQ drafting for them all the time. It appears, and it is still under investigation. It appears QQQ did not actually make it here, and it's maybe an FY doing the draft.
Of course, it's FY. He does everything. He is like one of the few actual gods in Dota. People throw on, you know, the god title to a lot of players, but FY is one of the true gods of Dota.
He's still just top of the tier of Dota. He's been there forever.
Yeah, a drafter, really good player,
Fountain
really
of
handsome,
knowledge.
sexy, luscious
there.
hair.
There,
What was that
there.
last one? I just feel like he's a player that whatever team he's on will always be successful. He's just that good. He's like a leader too.
Yeah.
And there's so much that's required to do that, and it's almost impossible to like explain to the average viewer like when you see these type of guys like how spectacular it is. Then that's why there's so few of them.
I like the tiny ban instead of the centaur. I think that is correct because I think the tiny presents too many problems for the mid lane as well, potentially like for Quickfire or something. So
If you guys are saying that you should focus a lot on the lanes, like what type of heroes would you go for? Because so far, I mean, the
Bane.
opening is the same. You want a Bane, sure.
Necro maybe?
Necro, like what do the heroes need to do?
win your lane.
Win your lane.
Just be not lane
I mean-
losers.
Do not lose your lane.
I mean, Morphlings, like these stable heroes that a lot of teams are picking early. Like if you're gonna, the Broodmother's banned, so they can't do that. But
Oh no.
is it just
GG.
Centaur or?
Just
Oh,
call
they
out.
go Terrorblade.
Is Terrorblade a stable laning?
Yes, he's a hero that the reason why he's stable is not because he can't lose his lane, but if if like the lane goes bad, he just jungles a level 4.
So in a lot of the games that I've been casting, the Bane gets banned out by one team, and then the other team like instantly bans out the axe.
Hey, there's Necro.
And that is an echo. In my opinion, like when I see this axe, I feel like the Bane just answers so many problems that it brings. Like you just can't do that stupid wave cutting, and you can't be this annoying axe in lane simply because of Bane. And then obviously Bane's still a great hero.
You're calling Bane stupid? Are you calling
No,
Axe stupid?
Axe is stupid. Axe is definitely stupid. This guy just runs to your tier 3 at minute like 30 seconds. No,
A
thank
minute
you.
and 30. Okay.
Such a bully.
I just feel like he runs at the supports. That's like the whole idea of the hero, whether or not he's a core support or,
Yeah.
and on the axe. And Bane's just the one support that no hero can really run at.
Yeah, and the Nightmare is also kind of good when he calls with Axe. You just re-sleep each other middle of the calls.
Also prevents him from cutting the wave early.
Yeah.
If you choose to use it for that.
Wow, first pick slaying it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the Radiant advantage holds strong, even in competitive, apparently.
And the average game length went up so much. It like went up 5 minutes in one day of group
That's
stages.
all last
What is
night. Those
happening?
poor
That's
guys.
all last night. Yeah.
How is first pick so heavily favored? Is it just the better teams prioritizing first pick, or is it just happen to be that? That's crazy.
Well, this game, Alliance has had first pick both games.
Yeah, so they're gonna win.
Yeah, I mean,
Basically, statistic.
the math checks out.
And we
Yeah.
got they lost game 1. They have first. All right. I mean, that's like 200% at this point.
No, it's 62% plus 62%
Is
to
it?
like win
Right.
one of the 2 games, right?
But
I
So-
mean, that's
Fire.
over 100%. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, that's exactly.
And why are we even finishing this
Oh,
draft?
boy.
that
honestly?
hero
Oh
owns
no, the
Necro,
Necro
man.
counter and the
And
Axe
Axe.
counter.
And he has
That's-
Terrorblade on his team. That's
Oh,
a
that's
perfect
a-
pick.
That's a big clap on that pick. That's
Mm.
real nice.
Just
He's-
make illusions of the Terrorblade as well. Is
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Oof.
Hitting for 200 damage or whatever.
They get Metamorph when he's in
Wow.
meta. That's fine.
What a pick.
And that's probably FY as well, I guess.
I will say, downside is that they now have no like true like 4 kind of a hero. They don't have any sort of like AoE initiator or something out of the 4 role.
Yet.
Well, they have both their supports.
Yeah, but they could get it. They
could
could
make
It
it
could be
three
an
Shadow
off
Demon.
lane Shadow Demon,
Yeah,
sure.
3
That's
Shadow
true. The Mirana also looking kind of okay too, right? Lots of magic damage versus the Necro, and you have Bane
They
and
have so
Shadow
much
Demon.
setup. So much setup. The Mirana almost certainly. But like I said, Mirana.
Oh boy.
Wait, what is
Double
that?
Illusion Maker. What is
Isn't
this?
isn't
What's
Alliance the
happening?
team that picks off lane CK?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Is this a CK support FY going for Ags, making more illusions of
Dang.
Terrorblade?
That would
Mass
be
illusion
nuts.
strat.
That is a sick strat.
You guys,
Those
this
things-
looks very scary. If this was on anybody's other side of a pub, this would be like, well, you know, GG.
The Zeus
We're out.
Tinkerbans are so good for this too. Like obviously they're good against Terrorblade, but they had this like whole
Yeah.
idea going in. Like we're just gonna create a ton of illusions, and those are like the premier heroes for getting rid of that.
This is the crash the game strat.
Might have to go Invoker, I think, or no. Oh,
Ooh.
There it is. The
Ugh.
game is crashing.
More
yeah.
illusions.
Good luck.
Hope your computers are strong, people at home.
As we just saw by the suggested picks, Earthshaker still in the pool. Could Alliance still go for that? Great against illusions.
Yeah.
Only on like a long cooldown though is the problem. Like I'm thinking like if they just are hitting buildings, how do you stop the illusions? Because you can kill
is this
them.
the deucer?
Like honestly, they might have to do something like that. You have to be able to clear the illusions when they're hitting your towers. Like the actual Terrorblade doesn't have to show himself, so you have to be able to non-committally kill these illusions because Earthshaker has to go in. And as of now, all the heroes that do that, I think, are banned.
I mean, even Panda, I guess, commits, but he's been banned out too. Tinker's like really the best one that doesn't, as you're saying, commit into the fight. Even Medusa has to commit to do it unless you get like an Ags or something.
And Insane here right now looking at the screen. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore.
On the bright side, that Crystal Maiden this tournament has a 100% win rate.
100%?
Yep.
We're up to like 400% at this point.
Okay.
Like,
The math is
Jesus.
undeniable.
If only
And
Dota was that simple.
Alliance has been playing it the most as well, I think.
Yes,
So, and they've
they
been
have.
last picking it like twice. They go for the
There it is.
Earthshaker. Is it the boxy one again? Probably.
Mid
yeah,
necro,
I think
guess.
so. And then Taiga Axe.
But you guys just said that cooldown was too long.
Well, I mean, it's committal is what it is. It's not easy to do. It's harder to execute because you can't just spam out a laser like a Tinker, but it still works. It just means you have to have the follow-up fight to then
Okay.
win after.
And LGD has to like misstep, I think, for it to really work. Like I think LGD is just the caliber of team that won't give you the echo slam you need this game.
What's your guys' opinion on the current lanes of Alliance? Like we said that they should have stronger lanes. How do these heroes translate to that?
Look way better this game for sure. You have the mid
Necro.
necro who like just doesn't lose. You have like their Shaker is proven really strong. It's against 2 melee heroes in the side lanes.
It's going to have a strong support with it too. Probably the CM.
I'm a little bit more scared. Necro is mid as well now, I think. So his LG can pick whatever they want mid to counter it. And Earthshaker as a laner is sometimes good, but can also be really bad. What is
Oh
this
my
hero?
God.
Are they trying to up the hero picks or
Prophet.
something in this
Phew.
tournament?
F
It is
That's
wise.
FK.
It is an
Yes.
offlane Shadow Demon.
He
We
is
kind
gonna
of
go
joke about it,
X.
but
Yeah. Wow, I can hear the cast getting excited.
XCK.
I heard
Is it
some
a thing?
clapping.
No, they're not quite as loud as Toby, unfortunately.
That was grand.
I'm going to hear that in my dreams tonight.
All right, you guys. I need your predictions. You guys all went Alliance.
I'm never going against. Like, they got Death Prophet and CK. Let's go. Put me on LGD. I love innovative drafting, even if they lose. I'll side with them, but they're not going to lose.
I've always been kind of a math nerd, but I feel like the stats are going to lie to us this time, and I'm going with LGD because even with all that math backing up Alliance that we came up with, I can't fathom how they win this game.
All I hear here is haters, honestly. We have Boxy, Earthshaker. He's been doing this new build. It's been working absolutely amazing. So I definitely have to say LGD as well.
Okay.
Look at this.
There you go. Let's see if there's some hope for Alliance from a commentary team. How about it, Dakota, Grant? What do you think?
Of watching LGD in their group stage, of course, and this is the first time, Grant, we're going to be seeing them really go outside the box. Murmurs of the FYCK, but now we get to see it. What's in store for us?
Oh, just treads Ags, pop it on the TB. That's all you have to do. I don't know this Death Prophet. Doesn't this hero just suck?
I
she
think
literally does,
there's a lot of Alliance fans out there that are hoping that he will
Well, I
suck.
think Alliance can do it.
Okay,
wow,
well, that is all that we needed. Some hope for the Swedes. Have fun with that game too, guys.
All right, thanks, Shearer. Woo, buddy. I'm excited about this one. I mean,
Me too.
Alliance, they got their comfort picks, right? They got the
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden. We got the Boxy Earthshaker.
Do.
Let's go, Alliance, right? They can do it. Maybe maybe a little more experimental for LGD, and they're just like, hey, we got a game to throw away. Let's just have a little bit of fun, right?
I agree. I think they have a better chance. I think this draft's a little better than last year. I mean, mostly because LGD has a Death Prophet, and I'm not the biggest fan of that here. I think a lot of people aren't, but I think this game's going to be on Boxy. If you pick him Earthshaker, he's popped off before. He's going to have to pop off again.
Let's see if he can do it. We head into the game right now, and that's game number 2 of LGD versus Alliance.
LGD's just scary. Like, even with these drafts, right? Like, I would 100%. Well, maybe, okay, TB is still owned. I really like TB, but other than that, it feels like Alliance has a better draft, but everyone's still like, LGD is that good.
Yep. There's just always going to be a factor of just player skill, or team skill, rather. I mean, I said it, echoing myself in the previous game, but they've just been together so long. They have that cohesion. They have that chemistry. They know how the patch works. They've been playing it for such a long time now. Now they have the comfort zone to be able to work outside the bounds of what we all know to be normal for 7.19, and now we might get to see something new and fresh. And then are we thinking, do we need to jump into 7.20 so fast if we're going to be seeing fun picks like this,
good.
you know?
I'm good, yeah. I do think the one thing right here is it's going to be a PL middle, and I think
What's up, Spriff?
PL, I think, oh yeah, he's, damn, the triple monster. If this guy misses one kill,
Damn.
I mean, that's on him.
This is going to be the most jittery camera we've ever seen in our life. Let's go.
Yeah, I think the only thing is I really like this PL going middle against DP though, and they put Necro in the safe lanes. I know the panel is kind of talking about, well, it's going to be Necro middle, they need a counter, and I think PL does pretty decently here versus Death Prophet. Oh, are they going to... No, Ame's going bottom. Like, maybe he'll just chill middle, but no, he's heading all the way bottom. We saw LGD do this first Tigers. They're okay missing like a full wave on multiple cores,
and they
even
get the
matchup.
Lost. Like they got killed. Their support got killed, and they even fell behind a bit at the start of that one against Tigers after doing the lane rotation. So that may happen this time, but you know, LGD are probably going to be braced for impact.
Not only this, FY is super happy. Actually, he's not, because Ame's already here. He's like, I'm going to get a full wave. No, never mind. No one pushed him. Oh, man. The one problem, though, with CK, right, is mangoes are good, but you have a very big mana problem. I think the first person I really saw doing support CK was Fluff and stuff at, like, ESL New York 2015. And, like, he got all these amazing kills early, and then he's like, oh, I'm out of mana. Like, you just run out of mana so quick on this hero.
Shouts to Fluff. Remember that good old roaming CK support. Now he's dishing out the right-click pain onto Taiga, who's going to be forced to shift off to the side.
But there you see, right? He's already out of mana. Like, he has one mango, but 2 stuns, and he's out of mana. That is the big problem with this here. He pops the one mango, and guess what? You only have one more stun. He'll use it.
There it is. So let's see how he can make the most out of it. Yeah, good damage, good body blocks. He's letting the creeps hit him quite a bit. And, you know, he can't turn around and right-click him because then he'll lose the blocking advantage. So he'll just wait till something like that happens and give him a smack on the way out.
This is going to be the one problem. This Axe should have a pretty good time. Like, once he gets level, like, 3 or 4, he should be able to cut the wave between, like, Tier 1 and Tier 2 because CK is not like an Undying. Like, he can't really stop it.
Yeah.
So I do like that for Alliance. And even top lane, Necro's having a decent time up here.
Yeah. He's holding his own. Chalice is trying to... you know, make this core shout even work in the lane, and you've got X Nova nearby to bail out just in case. Seems like he was able to kind of work a bit with that full camp, maybe. No, but we're making the most of it as it's not as dominant as we saw in the previous game, of course. But.
Yeah, I honestly think this top lane is going to go extremely well for Alliance, and bottom lane should go decently as well. CK's just never going to have mana.
Good sleep handoff, real quick right there.
Gets the 4 stacks on Necro. Maybe one more could be a kill, but he whiffs it.
Not quite enough. Something he has to kind of keep privy to. And when you're trying to sidestep stacks, it means you're not focusing on CS. So it's a bit of a give and take right there.
And you need those like even Necro's more important, right? Because like you need those last hits for the regen. Like that is your self-sustain. If you don't get any last hits, you're just gonna run out. Luckily they have Crystal Mage.
All right, so, you know, here we are again with the bottom lane. FY has enough mana for just one more stun. And even though he leveled up Reality Rift, he doesn't have enough mana for both yet. He'll have to wait for still, like, 30 mana. It's going to take a while to build up.
Yeah, that's why, like, I actually think maybe Alliance should probably be favored in this game. Yeah. This CK support really doesn't do that much until you get stuff. Like, it's not a centaur you can just stomp and then double edge someone because it doesn't cost mana. You actually need mana on this hero, and he's going to get the first blood, it looks like.
Yep. Setup right there.
Maybe not.
We're looking to catch FY within the trees. Can he find a way to slip out from this one? He does get the salve going, and it continues to heal him on through. And look at this. They actually managed to turn it around. A rotation from X Nova. And it's going to be a move onto Taiga, which leads to the first blood going with LGD. The CK may not have been working as a 4 position to kind of bully in the lane, but you know, you get one swift rotation. Yeah, you can bait him in and get a rotation and get a kill.
He has another stun again, so he can do stuff. The only problem with that is you're leaving your Shadow Daemon in the top lane alone. So they definitely need to punish this. Like Insania definitely has to punish this, I think.
This does feel like this game is Alliance's best chance to really walk away with a really dominating laning phase. I mean, they're nearly winning each lane. I mean, I know they just got that kill on bottom, LGD did, which kind of puts things back in their favor there. But, you know, mid lane's been going really good. 27 to 25 of Death Profit, so Mike is hanging. And then that top lane, of course, is working real nice. But, man, I might have just jinxed him. Look, here comes that Roman CK.
And you know
finds the target, looking to move on through, catches him within the trees. There's the stun, there's the blast. It's going to be maybe picking it up. All right, well, Grant, I just shouldn't have said anything, I guess.
Guess not. And I forgot, Spirit Siphon goes through Doppel.
Yep.
So you always know the real one. Oh, bottom, though, they might be able to find the Terrorblade.
Yep, there's the stun, a brief sleep to save him, and they go to turn it around again! Rinse and repeat from what we've seen in the last game. Alliance just getting really zealous to think that they got the kill. I mean, we think they got the kill, And then LGD just find a way to just turn it and flip it right back around.
Yep, then top lane, Chalice could actually get this kill on the Sanya. Won't, though. I don't think he realized how bad Shadow Poison is if you don't have 4 stacks.
They're going to get at least 3 of them. They could get all 4?
They did. They got all 4. They're a little bit rich, Dakota. 1K lead. And
oh, boy.
DP is going to, it looks like they're going to hit up that top shrine. And I'll be curious to see, does Death Prophet stay middle, or does she maybe rotate top to try to take a quick tower with that ulti? Not really quick, but a slow tower with the ulti.
No. I mean, I'm curious who they would put in the spot of middle to kind of go against this PL in the meantime. Looks like they will just kind of bring him back to the mid lane for now. Seems to be working okay, but FY's rotated all the way up to the top lane. I'm going to try to work from there. He doesn't resolve his whole mana issues or anything like that, but he's trying to just kind of catch someone by surprise, and there he does. Happen to come across a Necro.
Poison, though.
Poison's not catching. In the meantime, Taiga is going to be able to get the grab on X-Nova, the bottom lane, as nothing really comes out of this top lane trade.
I'm looking at the last 6 denies. PL's like winning this, but he's getting dove middle, and the net worth is actually so bad. No, he
could get worse. Nice. Just sucking him on up. Good rotation, though.
Nova steals it. I'll take that.
Yep. He saps him down, and he's there to bail out, maybe just in case. All right, 4-1.
Yep. That's the thing. This is, they just know how to play the map. They always know when to rotate, who to rotate.
It's like sorry, I was going to say,
you're good.
It worked almost in their favor. He got that the first kill of Alliance was killing X-Nova there. But then that meant he got to rotate to the mid lane and just assist in that. So it's just everything coming up LGD almost.
It's true. You don't think about that often, but when someone, whoa, bottom lane, there's about to be a big engagement.
Yep, Metamorph going to be popped. He steps right in, does the Bane to kind of soak in all the damage for this, but he still doesn't get dropped, has the Brain Step to turn around, and maybe rolls into town almost with the same timing he did in the last game as the Mirana. Just this time, though, he's already got a couple of kills under the belt to work with. And good lord.
Yep, looking very similar, and that's the thing, right? Dire has 0 ward bottom. Radiant has 1 middle and 1 bottom. They know if anyone else rotates, they know they're completely fine rotating because they've seen these supports, right? Like Axe is running under this ward, and he's just completely spotted. They'll know he's going middle.
They'll brace for the impact of the potential rotation. FY's got to earn queued up on that CK. I was curious if he was going to get something to help with the mana situation. I mean, it feels like Arcane Boots would be just kind of ridiculous, but
feels strange on a CK.
Yeah,
but
right?
I think we've seen it. I know Alliance actually plays a decent amount of support CK, and I actually forget if it's mana boots or treads.
I mean, I guess if you do eventually build into that Ags, that was theory crafted, that will give you a chunk of some mana pool to work with.
The big thing, though, Koikwa's doing a pretty good job top, like keeping up with the other net worth and keeping Chalice down. Chalice is only level 4 at 8 minutes in.
Yeah.
So pretty rare to be that low. And Koikwa's almost level 7. And honestly, no one can lane on top, I don't think, anymore.
Koikwa never the best thing going right now for Alliance. PL's also right there. He's got great CS. I mean, unfortunately, a couple of deaths do hinder him a bit, but he's got the farm still coming his way. But yeah, Koikwa will have to see if he can rotate. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's the Rift pullback from FY, coming to bail out his X-Nova partner, and the 3 of them are able to easily tag down Boxy.
Now this bottom lane, it just feels so, like the Dire's getting these so close to kills, and then they just get into the tree, all of a sudden they wand up, and there's just another random hero out of nowhere, middle again. Oh, Nick.
Maybe I have not seen play Death Prophet in such a long time, but this dude is just getting back on the bicycle, it feels like, and knows exactly the timings to be able to take fights and
the
move on
ulti,
forward.
though,
But
he's going to be dead for a
yeah,
while.
with the Exorcism coming out, can Koikwa finally send her to the grave? He will get it done. It does cost Alliance a couple of kills, but finally able to put her down and take that 3 times kill streak.
And it is, that's a 45-second death at 9 minutes in because of the Reapers. The only problem is you did have to rotate the Necro for that, and now top lane, right? Chalice is like, oh, sweet, sweet free farm finally after losing that lane.
I feel like any future opponents of LGD really need to consider maybe trying to take Radiant yourself or just force LGD to go on Dire. I feel like every game we've seen them on Radiant, and they just kind of know the ins and outs of that bottom lane and the woods and how to rotate over, and it's a little too comfortable, and I think you might want to consider just taking them out of that comfort zone at least a little bit.
Yep, game 1, they got the choice first. They chose Radiant, and then game 2, if you didn't know, Alliance chose first pick this game, so obviously you know someone chose Radiant.
Here we go, more bloodbath action potentially going to be breaking out here in the bottom lane as the Metamorph is going to be unleashing. Koikwa's going to get blasted down. See you later, Necro. Maybe's in town, and all of them are going to be going towards this tier 1 with the Metamorph out. They have a sieging lineup like no other. I mean, we already know how how devastating it can be for a Terrorblade to do work on your base after you take a good fight. Now imagine it's a Terrorblade and a Death Prophet coming at you. Good lord.
One of the things, I guess it's, I didn't really hear the panel talk about it. It's like one of those weird simple counters, but Death Prophet versus Necro, the silence is insanely good because that forces the Necro to go like second or third item Lotus Orb just to take it off, or BKB.
Yeah.
I think I'd see Lotus more though.
Who knows when that would be able to come online and ready. They could be eating a lot of losses till, and then this looks like their first tier 1 to get dropped. But a grip is there, and Koikva just returned, and he's going to go down again!
There's not much to say right here. It's just PSG LGD just giving them the business.
Paris Saint-Germain, is that what it was for PSG?
I
think it's Paris Saint-Germain.
You got it.
Yeah.
You know me, my French is not too good. I took French in 6th grade for, I believe, like 3 months, and I forget all of it.
I took Spanish.
That's what it. They made it. We had to take all 3. The big ones, it was Spanish, German, and French. We had to take at least 2 months of all of them.
You know, of course you're going to forget it.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, back to Dota here. Rotations towards the top lane. It's going to be Maybe coming into town and already setting up from Chalice with that disruption and the ulti.
There it is.
Easy swift takedown. I love the setups that the supports have, that they are allowed to just kind of get things started, whether it's the disruption or the sleep. Just makes it for easy for one of the cores to rotate over and finish the job.
This is going to be a pretty easy tower top as well. Death Prophet ulti is up. We'll see if she wants to give it. She honestly, with these treads, could just right-click the tower down. Will she use ulti as well, just to like tell him not to come fight? Doesn't look like it. Right-click it down. And bottom lane gets pinged out. Dyer's like, yo, we see him top. We have to make something work bottom.
Yeah.
We have to.
Felt like the last game bottom tier 1 was the only tower they ended up getting.
I think it might have been, yeah. I think they might have taken mid like super, super late, but they did not give any towers. And getting towers means getting map presence. If you don't get towers, guess what? You are not going to have map presence.
The money accumulating for LGD is just so crazy right now. How fast the 2 cores are already just ascending above everyone else with their net worth. 5K net worth advantage. Even the supports are going to start bringing in the money. Sure enough, look at FY. He's got the urn, and what's coming next? It's the Ags. Oh my goodness, if that comes out.
I think we actually are going to see. I would still like Treads or Arcane Boots first, but he's the support CK player. I sure as hell aren't. Oh, middle. This could just be a kill if they get the real one, and they actually do. Wow.
All that's happening. We see the setup of the Bane also going towards Taiga. He'll get that kill on his own. Boxy tries to come in to get a bit of redemption, but they better do it quick because reinforcements are on the way. You may be, oh no, he just turns around and gets the grip. Okay, help's coming, and this is going to be disastrous. He's going to be forced to pop the Echo, and that's still not enough to even get the kill. Okay, here comes Koikva though. He should be able to help things out for Alliance a bit. Can he get Nova? Nova's trying to run from the nuke. He can't get away. He ends up going down, but it's going to be focused on Koikva neck. He's able to step in and try to help out in getting a kill, but it looks like it's just going to cost him his own life. Grant, the LGD assault just doesn't stop. These guys are ridiculous.
It really is not. They get an easy kill on Nikkei middle on the PL, and then they just get 3 more up there. And as well, the Bane was actually about to get ultied by Koikva, but he slept, so he canceled the targeting, and then Koikva had to run away instead, so they couldn't even get the Necro ulti off.
The saves also just between even Chalice and Bane that are going to be there for these cores is so ridiculous. None of them are going to be as easy as you think to take down. Here's a replay of that. Both were happening at the same time between the Bane to take down there at the lane.
And here you watch. You're gonna watch. They almost kind of get the turnaround, but I love that grip. He's like, my team's coming. You know what? I'm just tossing it out. And here's a nice little sleep play right here on X Nova. He sees him. Watch. There comes the Reaper. Sleeps, and then see you later.
And Nova almost lived. I mean, luckily they got that one healing pulse out, but otherwise he would have been gone, and a Bane would have survived after eating an Echo and that early game. It's just crazy.
Dire does. So they scan top. They're seeing, they're like, wait, are they hiding behind this Death Prophet? And they're not, but Death Prophet gets back, and once again, good presence of mind.
She's going for a BKB next. They want to end this one fast. LGD's got something to do today or something, Grant. They just came in, they're like, we want to get these done, guys, because if we get it done fast, we'll have a couple of days off. Maybe we can do what we want.
Maybe they want to go out in the rain. If you didn't, there's apparently a giant thunderstorm outside. We like heard it through our headsets. It was just crashing out. Maybe they want to see the gorgeousness of some lightning.
Fingers crossed that everything stays stable. Whoa. Crazy it sounds outside. Yeah, LGD just taking over right now. They own the whole Alliance territory, at least up in the northern hemisphere, it looks like. Meanwhile, bottom, chase for X Nova. He gets a sleep off with Battle Hunger and is able to sidestep. Maybe he's joining by his side. Maybe they're thinking to engage themselves. He's got the Yules. And they'll just use the grip.
Just do it. Nice
Okay.
stun there.
Good bailout. They'll keep chasing him. Or not.
That was I think Taiga thought he was just TPing on Bane, so he used the call there and then just ran away. And both teams, because it's nighttime, didn't have any vision. It was kind of an awkward engagement. But I guess it goes in Alliance's favor, right? Grip goes down. At least they don't have that anymore.
3K on FYCK.
And
3K gold.
I mean, it's a 9K lead at 15 minutes again. It is just, this is just the LGD show right now.
Yeah.
I know we kind of talked about it, but you just see some of these teams, they just look so good. Like Secret as well, we just saw in the last one, like they beat that late game Parablade. They somehow did it.
Chalice
Oh,
trying
no.
to go for a big
Taiga.
play here on the Taiga. Hit him with the Purge, got multiple poison stacks. It's mediocre damage, but with maybe coming in, would add some pepper to it.
There's the pepper.
And there it is. It's a spicy pepper.
Salt as well, and oh, Boykva will be able to just TP out in the middle of the lane. But bottom, they're looking. They can't even kill this Bane. They keep committing like a stun and +1, and they just can't kill this Bane who's saving that tier 1 bottom.
How can there be really no easy kills, no easy objectives right now for Alliance? It's crazy. No towers may go down. It's the way it's looking right now. 17 to 3, 10K advantage, 16 minutes in.
Say LGD, PSG LGD making one mistake. That bounty rune still is top. They didn't feel like getting it quite yet.
All right,
we'll wait.
They're not that good.
Yeah.
All right.
Turns out they're frauds. The Lions got this. It's whatever.
They're frauds.
Oh my god, he's 1,000 gold away from this Ag. I'm just excited to see. He's gonna be level 12 and have the Ag. Dude, I think you just push the base with the TV. It's like there you go. Yeah, they're taking Roche. They'll get that bounty rune. He might actually get enough gold for this Ags. He's gonna have a 19-minute Ags earn on support. I mean, we keep praising FY, but that's because of how good he actually is.
Come on, can you not praise how good this
Yeah.
guy's doing
The whole
right now?
team as well, right?
Crazy. Yeah,
like
of course.
X-Nova defended the tier 1 bottom by himself versus like 5 heroes for almost 17 minutes. It should finally drop bottom to Koikba. They need this badly. So scared to hit this tier 1 though. They know there's like, I don't want to go after this, but it is a free tower and Koikba's like, alright, cool.
This is really good Dota.
Yep, it is.
Using the best of this Metamorph to kind of clean out some remaining farm. He's holding the Aegis, taking a bad time, but it is on Alliance to really try to turn the tide somehow, and they're looking to make something happen. Can they find an opening here? There's a smoke movement in. They do spot a couple. A move in. Nice blink setup. Echo onto 2. There's a kill. Nice grab onto Chalice, but a Sunder turnaround here as Ame is going to look to chase down Boxy and make him pay for what he's done. How dare you, sir? Did you find a blink out, though?
Well, he went to blink this game instead of the Axe. He's gonna die. Trying to, I think he knew his Axe was never gonna get blinked this game, so he's forced to go blink instead of that Axe. And as we see, this Axe is still about 800 gold away.
Yeah, and even when he gets it, it's like he's not going to be much more tankier
He's
than
not
he
gonna
already
kill,
is. Yeah,
yeah.
he's just going to get murdified.
Yeah, if you go in on this, if you actually try to like call this TB, if he has like 1 or 2 images, you're just gonna die, even with the plus armor.
Yeah.
Oh, top. Koikba, he's done such a good job of escaping these ganks, and he will. He
Yep.
sees the Death Prophet. Can he make it?
Oh no, Bane's right there. He can grip him.
He cannot. Oh, but look at the rest of the team behind. Insania and Taiga.
All right, can they bail him out? Running right in. Taiga looking to take it right to maybe, but nope. It's the disruption going to be right there. And they begin the Soul Siphon. And Chalice is like, I'll just take Koikba while you guys are dealing with everybody else. But they do get split up a bit. Nice turnaround, nice slam down. Then Koikba is able to get the finish. And they're able to drop 1. They could get X-Nova as well, and they do. All right, Alliance drop 2 and lose nobody.
Yeah.
There we go, Alliance. You are, Terrorblade's bottom farming, taking tier 2.
But
FY's by his side there.
if you get the decent chunk, you don't even get that much for killing Chalice. 243. Oh.
Okay, his own ult, pull in.
See ya.
Okay, Ame takes the core tax, of
Yes,
course. Drops
thank
in with
you.
1 right click.
That's
takes the
mine.
gas. Oh, he's so close. Just sell the Stout Shield, FY. You know you want it just right now. Just sell it.
Look at
Sell
all that
it.
stuff in your backpack.
Just sell one of those things.
Sell the smoke. Screw it.
Sell the smoke.
Sell the smoke. Whatever. Just get it. Now,
He's actually going to hold it. Come on, you want it. Okay, all right.
and meanwhile, TB. I wonder if he has the Scotty queued up, but I'm curious to see if he just goes for Manta. It looks like he's just going to go straight up Scotty. He just wants to survive that, like, the instant tank of, or the instant damage from Axe as well as this Earthshaker. I like it.
Spotted Quake for farming the lane. Sicking hits to the side. Nice quick Yules. There's reflection though. Pull back from FY. Ghost.
sitting there. Oh,
He's
nice
trying to make
block.
it away. Can he make it out? Here comes Boxy to the rescue. Fissure stunned. Doesn't block him out, though. Now they look to swing it out within the trees, and Senya and company are coming to bail him out. FY, he's going to get dropped. Ame, though, metamorphed. Dishing out the right-click damage. Chalice also coming into play,
No,
looking to
Thunder
assist,
Tooth.
but all right, that's going to be the Aegis. This is good for Alliance here. They're still missing members. There's a mid lane skirmish also happening at this moment, but there's the dunk return from Boxy here, looking to take it to Chalice, still very low. Chalice trying to turn around, gets hit with the stun, and eventually Boxy will drop. Still Chalice very low, gets finished off with the help of the Battle Hunger coming in from Taiga, and now they're looking back to Ami. In the meanwhile, Xnova does get the finish onto PL.
They come to support the TB. They're
Yeah.
like, yo, we got the PL for you. We're coming in to help you now. But still a decent skirmish there for Alliance. They're doing a good job of just destroying the Shadow Demon. I feel he's playing super aggressive. He's got to remember, he is just a Shadow Demon. Like, he is not a strength hero.
I feel like we've seen that also from LGD in their games. There were a couple of times they did get kind of overzealous. I think it was like the Storm maybe game even.
Yeah.
Just kind of jumping a little too far, but...
I mean, they have a lot of gold lead to play with. But there's no reason to, I guess.
Yeah. But any opportunity Alliance can take to get the better end of a fight is a great one. Certainly with so much of a huge net worth advantage, they're just going to get rewarded with at least a little bit of a rubber band factor, I guess.
Now that he has the Eggs on Chaos Knight, looks like they might need to update the tooltip here.
Why, what's it say?
Reduces cooldown to percentage, cooldown _ scepter percentage.
Yikes. I know nobody gets it, Val, but let's get that going.
And I
here.
do know my math as well as English, and that means this is going to be good for the
I'm excited
Arabian.
to see it. Let's see how it is.
See you later, CM.
Well, CM is just gone. I mean, that was almost hard to watch. Avert your eyes.
This Crystal Main, yeah, I believe Alliance has said undefeated with this Crystal Main. Not much longer here, it looks like, because it looks like they might want to push uphill.
I mean, they got the X. They have to wait for Metamorph, maybe?
Yeah,
25 seconds.
That's what I'm thinking. As well as Scotty, he's going to have.
Yeah, Scotty, Exorcism, Metamorph all together with the CK Eggs. What you gonna do, brother?
Not very much. Ooh, Boxy gets ulted bottom by the Shadow Demon. Will they chase for this? And this is when you wish you had the Ags instead of the Blink.
Silence catches him so he can't stun him out, but the rotation's coming from Quake. But good call set up there from Taiga, and they get the Yules onto Bane so he can't stop him, and they're going to be able to burst fire and take out Made, but no!
Wow.
No. He lives on. He pops his BKB. They will eventually bring him down. It looks like it could be another favorable Alliance exchange. And they're still chasing
Top
out.
lane, though.
They've got FY, but yeah, Graham, while that's happening, top lane.
Oh, this is fine. That's completely okay. If you're Alliance, you're going to lose a ton of damage on this tier 3, but tier 3 stands. And that was, it does feel they're a little over aggressive on PSG LGD. Like the Death Prophet should have probably just not casted ult there. But it was another good play by Xnova, dodging the Reaper's Scythe with Nightmare. Oh, that was a pretty big play, so you don't have that extra death time.
Nearly a 3K net worth swing on that fight alone, and we saw huge damage courtesy of Boxy on that one.
That's the thing, you don't have the vision. You're diving over to these trees on the right side of the map, and there's a tier 2 tower. People are just going to TP to it.
Yep. He also followed up with a tier 1 takedown in that mid lane. So money's starting to come together, and Ame's crossing river here through some Alliance members, but here comes... Wow. All right, well, PL.
Yikes, there's a PL there.
Yeah, okay, well, I mean, he's supposed to be like one of the big de factos for the team, and he falls real fast. It's got to be a little concerning still.
I think, honestly, you might just go, you don't have the Exorcism now, because he did, I mean, pretty much, yeah, he wasted it. You have it up in about a minute, but you could definitely think about just sieging the base right now. You have a DD, you have not only the Aghanim's from CK, you still have the Shadow Demon, you have the Classic.
Yeah, FY, get over there and show me what this Ags is all about, man. It was theory crafted. Now we see it. I want to see it in action.
Just take all the jungle farm, right? You just, if you're going to back out, take all the jungle, run away, make sure Dire has nothing to farm.
We're going to starve out Alliance here. I mean, there's really nowhere for them to go, and only a few of them can be able to make it out from the base. That means the farm is just going to be extremely limited. It's what LGD does. They swarm in and take over your territory.
Here we go, big 5-man smoke. They needed... It's been interesting because the fights they've won have been fights LGD have won to take. I haven't actually seen a successful, like, true gank from Alliance. It's been all counter ganks, so
yeah,
we'll see if they can make something work here, though.
It's true. And we're doing a long smoke stretch here all the way up and towards this top lane. If it's a full 5-man smoke for Nova, I mean, That's nice, but it's probably not the best case scenario, obviously, for Alliance.
It does give you the tier 1 as well, though.
Yeah, bring them down real hard. There we go. That's good.
They're nervous. They're actually not going to go for this tier 1. They're like, who's rotating over? Someone has to be. Get the hell out, boys. And it is bounty runes, so.
They scan the area. It looks clean. And they may be able to eventually go back for that tier 1, but they lose their tier 2 bottom in the meantime.
All right. Are we ever... The Axe has been picked up by
Come on, buddy.
Dakota.
It's time. He's got Metamorph now.
This
is it. And he's going to even start with a Disruption, so they get a few more illusions, and more. Hit him with it.
There
Boom!
Oh, no.
Here
Let's watch
comes
this
the
tower.
mighty army.
It's great. The PL illusion's doing a good job of keeping him out, though.
Yeah. There we go. Stuns out. Forcing the Earthshaker back. He's got Blink Dump, but he's not even going to be able to use it. Forced to buy back. Now he's got to look for a new setup, but they've already lost their tier 3. Their allied Disruption to get the most out of the Metamorphosis. Okay, here comes Boxy. He's smoked up, looking for the good angle. Can he find it? LGD do stay spread.
You have to find it here. You just bought back for this, and it doesn't look like he can.
Doesn't want to go outside the base. I don't think Alliance... The Alliance know if they go outside the base and they lose a fight, they lose the Rex.
Yep, he was so close to his Lotus Orb, actually. Now he's back down to 2k gold on Earthshaker, so buybacks are very costly. Even though people like to use them a lot, people like buybacks a lot more, they still lose you a ton of gold.
Especially when they don't amount to a whole lot. It's like there's no return investment at all. Here we go. Alliance, though, back on the prowl. They could catch Ami farming within the trees. There's help nearby, but is it going to be close enough? Immediate BKB is going to be popped, but they do manage to call him in. He's going to be able to get it up. He got the stun dust. Moving in from Boxy. Shoving back the rest of Alliance. They'll settle for Taiga, and the chase is on. Chalice has found one. Hits it up with the Disruption. It's going to be Koikfa. Great target to get for LGD. They fisher him back, but the Rift is already there. Moving for Boxy. He's got to commit the Echo, but it doesn't lead to a kill. But with the follow-up Nova, they do manage to get Ame down. He's going to be out without a buyback, but 4 from Alliance have dropped. Only PL to stand.
And that's dude. It feels like Koikfa has had the best game on Alliance, but his Reaper Sight is kind of useless. We've already seen a sleep dodge. Ryan.
He's trying to find the right PL.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. He can't get it. Makes it far away. Yeah, good eyes there from Nova, but good slip out.
That Axe actually could have easily killed Ame, but he was mid-dung, and then he got Yules up in the air by the DT. So not even a support, his mid laner saving him. Everyone loves Ame on that team.
Bail out the teamwork. And, well, a buyback was forced from Koikfa, but it does save the racks. It looks like LGD are not going to be too overzealous this time. I'll wait for their cooldowns and give it another go.
Yep, it's hard, especially if you're an Alliance fan, to look at the top 4 net worth. It's TB is on some mountain of his own. The Death Prophet is right up there on a little foothill right next to him, and then
where's the PL?
Down in the valley, the PL and the Necro set.
I'm afraid of heights.
I don't like ladders. And it feels like it's all on this Axe. He has the Blink Blade. When we saw, he can do, because of that Blade Mill, the TB kills himself on him, and it's pretty much all in this Axe, finding that TB every fight. But then there's a Yules on DP, which will be used. It's just tough. It really is tough, but I think it's on the Axe.
Roche is back up, and LGD are already inside the pit, battling it out with the big boy. Certainly with an Aegis and with your Exorcism Metamorph and CK Ags up and at the ready, there's no reason why you don't give another Siege a try.
Almost level 20 on the TB as well. Pick it up. He's going to go for the full butterfly next on TB. Picks up the late Dragonlance. He's just very tanky. Going the Scotty Dragonlance build, BKB as well. No Manta, but guess what? You have Manta from the CK, you have Manta from the Shadow Demon. You don't even need your own.
True. All right, well, here comes LGD. Riding back forward through this mid lane. Alliance were trying to push out that bottom lane as best they can to see if they can force LGD back, but doesn't look like they care about dealing with that lane just yet. I'll look for the setup.
Plays PSG, LGD. They're not really in 2-way rush. The creeps are going to push in middle, but Koikfa does a good job of completely shutting that down. Well, here we go. Let's see what this Illusion Army can do.
The Dark Army returns. This is straight up Diablo right here, as they just burst away on the racks. There is the fortification, but it's just like Light of the Valkyrie here as they fly on through. They don't even know who they could properly focus. The jump in Blade Mail's there, but did it find any valuable target? It doesn't look like it. Box is getting forced back. He's going to get dropped, and we know he doesn't have a buyback, so he's not going to bring an offering. Quick was also down. He doesn't have a buyback, and this could just be the beginning of the end. LGD, they have bigger and better things to do, and they're ready to move on, and they just shove Alliance to the side and inside a Hurt Locker. That's for damn sure.
I love it. Like, Box is like, all right, I might find a sick blink. And so his last 2 deaths were literally dying to the CK spawn TV illusions. Just them. Just running at him. He can't do anything because he doesn't have the axe this game. And, well, a 30-minute game. And I don't know. I would honestly put PSG LGD as the favorite of this tournament, even above Secret.
Yeah,
just for the cleanliness of all their wins. Like, Secret has looked a little bit rough around some of their edges. I've seen no roughness from this team at all.
I have not. Just a couple of times where maybe they get a little over-eager and excited, but they are really good about just pulling in the reins and like, guys, let's get it back together. Let's get back to what's a good formulaic game plan that we need to follow through with.
And just look at this draft. They have a support CK. They have an offlane Shadow Demon, and they have a middle Death Prophet, and they just run over you in 30 minutes. I love the pick. The Death Prophet actually worked out. The Silence owned the Necro multiple times. The U-Wolves destroyed this Axe, and it was a good time. And as you saw, the Spirit Siphon going through Doppelganger, that's pretty damn good, always knowing which one's real.
Absolutely. All right, Grant, quick day for us as this series over, 2-0. Let's throw things back over to Shiver and the panel to get their insight on this series.
Yeah, thanks to Goda and Grant, and indeed, PSG LGD look just on a whole nother level compared to Alliance here in this upper bracket matchup. Here to talk about the second game, we got Bulldog, we got BSJ, we got Trenton. You know, we kind of, after the first game, we kind of knew what we were getting into. We said maybe Alliance can pick some better lanes, and they did. Trent, it looked better than the first game.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. Definitely better. It wasn't over like 3 minutes in, or at least it didn't feel that way.
Okay.
Compared to game number 1, but there's still some issues. This was such a sick play too from FY, where he like gets the salve off in the tree line. That's one of those moments where it's like, yeah, things have been going good, and we did pick strong lanes, but again, you got outplayed.
You got outplayed.
Yeah, this is really just, it feels like an outclass. LGD is just too strong for Alliance right now. I was going into this hopeful, but I really just wished Alliance would show up and at least give us a game, maybe win one, but I guess what happened is what most people expected, sadly enough.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking going into this draft, what is even better than 3 Terrorblades? And I was like, oh, just 4 extra Terrorblades I think is even better. I don't know. I just feel like they're able to pull off this wonky draft, and like it just has all the answers. Their draft looks really weird, LGD's, but it's actually just so high level. Like just seeing a captain like FY and just a team of this caliber put together these heroes, like they just have all the answers to everything Alliance is doing. And I mean, none of us knew this draft was coming. Like obviously the openings are always pretty standard, but then the last 3 heroes just out of nowhere. But all of them, Grant briefly mentioned, like the Death Prophet, all of them just make so much sense. The Shadow Demon completely owns the Necro. They like planned it in their second round of bans. Then they came out with the CK, knowing like how, how that would just play a role in the game. Like they needed the stun, another illusion hero that benefits the Terrorblade. And I feel like FY was going for some style points with that CK.
If you ever see these guys ban Zeus and Tinker again, I'm watching over this strat. The mass illusions. Because it was just too well set up right after the Axe Necro open.
We see the illusions right here. Normally they're like the illusions, but with these CK illusions, like boom, 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 they hit like trucks right now. It's not fair.
100% damage.
100%.
It's 2 unfair games for Alliance, according to you, Bulldog.
It is unfair.
It is unfair.
They are too good.
Well, they're not out. It's upper bracket. Don't lose hope. They needed to face PSG LGD first to get a feel, and now they can use the knowledge that they gained
they got more
in
than a
this
feel.
match.
It is a good match to lose because Alliance was looking like they felt like gods. They were winning against Forward Gaming and Paynex, and now got to be a little bit more humble now, right?
Drink some more monsters, get themselves back into it,
get some more energy.
Yeah, they clearly did not have enough energy
that was
going into that game.
That was scary though for. From PSG LGD, and as our commentators mentioned, we saw earlier today also Secret winning with a dominant 2-0, but not as dominant as this.
This was way. I mean, VG should have won game 2. There was no point in this where Alliance should have won a game.
Yeah.
So.
That's terrifying.
Feels pretty bad.
Or pretty good if you're a PSG LGD fan.
Very
Come
good.
on.
Especially because people were, I'd say I heard murmurs. There was a little concern there after TI, and then TI obviously looked great. Yes, come second. Kind of sucks. Probably should have won. Let's be real. But anyway,
Blame the Morphling
yeah,
bug.
we'll blame that. And then they come to that last LAN, and when they played earlier this year after TI, and it was like, oh, geez, these guys thought these were second place TI. So a little bit of pressure coming in here, but I'm glad that people still gave them like a little bit of respect and stuff in terms of like seeding and everything, because they obviously earned it. Look very strong.
Yeah, this is a top contender for the whole tournament. And if we're also talking about this team and you're talking about this series, is there any particular player? I already gave it my vote, and my vote is golden. So, who do you think I voted for as MVP of the series?
FY.
YF.
FY. It was indeed FY. I mean, it wasn't just his Centaur and his CK, but also he is the man behind the draft.
And he looks so good.
And boyish charm, I think, comes into it as well.
Yeah.
That
Photogenic.
That mystery of the Harry Potter glasses, you know, it feels like he's just
It's
so
the
much deeper. There's
glasses.
some magic to him.
He's definitely got a scar underneath that hair up there.
Yeah, for sure.
He's hiding it.
We don't really want to talk about his play, I don't think.
Yeah,
I'm just fine with the
we're
photos.
sorry, we're
all
busy.
good.
We're busy, guys. We
You know, it's a
can't have time to look.
quality jersey. I like the whole like red
And the lips.
going down the middle. Yeah. Luscious, I would say, even supple cheeks. Like
All
a
right, now
babe.
keep it in. We're gonna talk to his teammate X-Nova in a winner's
I
interview.
hope he didn't hear that.
X-Nova, hello. he's on his way.
Oh, he ran.
Don't worry. We
Oh,
also
no.
will be helped out by Mito, who will be our translator. Hey, X-Nova.
Hi,
Hey, congratulations on your series.
thank you.
I just have my biggest question is regarding your coach, because we've been told that he is not with you at this event. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and what that means for you guys?
After TI, my coach actually decided to like take a short break to settle his marriage stuff. So he is not with us for this major, but he will be immediately back to the team after the major.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. And it seems though you guys are on fire, even without him. How is the drafting for you guys going now? Because I know at TI he was the one drafting for you.
So far, it's still okay for us because we are still kind of have some draft prepared, and yeah, we can see that the CK strat is working out for us. So we are really happy for that.
Yeah, it's definitely working out for you. I also have some panelists here that have some questions for you as well.
Yeah, I can start with a question. I've played with Aki, and whenever I played with Aki, it was always like a distraction because he was very beautiful whenever I played. So you play with FY, and the entire panel agreed that this man is a perfect specimen. Do you get distracted when you play with him?
At first, when I joined the team, I'm actually quite worried for me because I'm thinking whether I can pair up with him. But I think ends up it's really good. He's like a brother to me, yeah, and he always take care of me. So there's no stress for us, and I feel very comfortable playing with him. Yep.
Nice, good answer.
My question is maybe a little more serious, but I feel like you guys have been obviously very good showing at TI and more dominant here. Do you feel like these long patches where not like significant changes happen favor teams like the elite teams, or do you feel like a new patch? Do you think that'll open up like some weaknesses possibly?
For this meta and patch, I think there are still some similar heroes that they are hot picks, such as strength heroes can be chosen as support. That's why I think we need to bring up some new stuff for our team to like bring some new stuff. Yeah, that's why we are looking forward to the new patch also, and our team is kind of like doesn't really like the patch, I think.
Doesn't show. It seems like you're very comfortable.
Does not look like that.
I've heard many teams getting very excited about the new patch coming out soon. So, of course, coming at the end of Major, so we're happy with that. But in terms of those new picks and things we haven't seen in a while, whose idea was it for the CK? Is there someone in particular who's like pushing that hero, or is like maybe pushing that Death Prophet, for example?
Before today's match, FY actually told us that he had a dream yesterday about CK and TV. Getting an scepter and gets a multiple illusion and go high ground like that. So we decided to try it in this game, yeah.
And dreams do come true.
That's exactly what I was
That's
thinking.
beautiful. Wow, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, X-Nova, for taking the time to talk to us, and we look forward to seeing you play again, and maybe yeah, maybe we'll talk to you again next time.
Okay,
hopefully.
thank you.
Thank you. PSG LGD, they look so dominant. And they're like, they're done with the patch. Oh, you know, he's playing some Dota. How do you beat
He's
that
so
team?
confident. He just drafts what he dreamt about. All right?
I mean,
I don't
you
show
did
up here
in-
without pants on the panel just because I dreamt about it. But they just
I
do
don't
it.
want to know what happens to your dreams.
Wait, so we're gonna have to talk about this later.
It involves FY, but we won't go there. It's fine. Continue.
Oh my god. No, I don't know. He's like, we don't even like this patch. Like, we're just picking heroes we know are good, and it's like, that's just scary to hear from. I'm just like, these guys look so unstoppable, and they're like, meh.
Meh. Well, they move forward. Don't worry, Alliance moves forward as well, but they are going to the lower bracket. We can take a look at that. The big bracket that we got, because we have a full double elimination bracket, 16 teams seeded into that. The round 1 lower bracket is best of 1. We'll have 2 of those this afternoon. But as you can see, that's semi-finals in the upper bracket.
Secret against LGD. Probably, for me at least, the 2 strongest team right here. Like, we've seen VP, they're like looking a little bit shaky, honestly.
They just need some warm-up.
Yeah, and EG, I didn't see their games though. They might be a pretty good contender as well. But Fnatic and Nip, I don't feel like they're on the same level, so that's going to be a scary matchup there. Secret
There's
against LGD.
emotions there, though. Emotions. Peter bringing his squad up against EG. Come on.
That's going to be a good matchup, that's for sure.
It will be. There will be a lot at stake there, but that is 2 upper bracket matches done for the day. If you move to the lower bracket, you see TNC Predator versus Pain and Tigers versus Pain X. Those are the first 2 in the round 1 of the lower bracket, and that means that those are the 2 matches that we are going to see very, very soon. We're going to have a break. Before we go to the break, though, it is time for us to check in with our local weatherman, Sir Action Slides.
Yeah, it's raining, thanks!